The legendary icons duel for a third time, and the planet-sized tyrants finally make their debut. That and more on today's episode of BrobusCast Death Battle Edition. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I am your host, Brobuscus. With me today is ZDogg.
So, when I first heard Alive for the first time, I misheard the lyrics. Instead of Watch Me Come Alive, I thought it said Watch Me Turn Around. I am very smart.
And we also have Richard.
My whole life is now complete.
Indeed.
Joking this one. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking.
Damn.
I say that. I'm well, personal things, but whatever.
I'm gonna add like a glass shattering sound effect. Just see like roasted over over Richard's avatar. That's amazing. Okay.
It's all fun and games here. We all love each other and whatnot. It's fine. It's fine.
I would contradict that, but like I don't feel like it. I feel like that would just I would continue the joke, but I feel like that would contradict what you just said, and I don't really want to do that. So
death battle's a thing, isn't it?
So hi everybody. I think on a plus side, I think I fixed the audio from the last episode. I don't know what happened, but okay. We're just gonna have to sit our asses down and just put on our sunglasses and just say, deal with it.
Yes.
Now the only worry I have now is that for this episode I'll be too loud instead of too quiet because I turned my settings on OBS way up. But if you saw my reaction to the most recent episode, it's probably going to be just like that. So smile.
Okay. Well, here's hoping. If we'll deal with it anyway. We'll find something if not.
Yeah.
So
we do tests. We do tests before this. I promise you. We are professional. I swear. I can't even say that with a straight face. God damn it. Anyway, so hey, hi, hello. Goku versus Superman just came out.
Okay. Yep, it did. Oh boy.
And holy shit, I think is the best way I can describe it.
Yep, that sounds about right, honestly. Because
they cooked.
They did cook. My
damn it, they
God.
cooked.
It's goddamn delicious.
It is.
It is freaking tasty. Anyway,
Yeah, I've never had this good of a death battle burger in my life. I don't want to go back to regular death battle burgers now. Fuck.
Although it tastes a little salty for some reason. Do you guys know why that would be?
They're probably well. If I were to say, I think there's enough pepper on here to balance out salt.
Yeah. Superman won on that.
Yeah. In case you couldn't tell, yeah, Superman won.
I'm on a roll today, apparently. My gosh. Anyway.
Third time's the charm. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Superman is now the first death battle combatant to be 3-0.
Oh shit, he is. I didn't even realize that.
I mean,
all against the same person. Man.
it would have Leonardo would have been a part of that club if he wasn't a trail of blood and guts from a teenager in spandex.
Damn.
Yeah, well, yeah, what are you gonna do? But
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
So yeah, it's true. Not even Dragon Ball heroes can save Goku from the might of Superman.
yeah,
Don't worry, the writers will try harder.
Yeah, you're probably right. Um,
But yeah, so okay, so fun fact: there were some things that they talked about that we didn't discuss. Specifically with Infinite Frontier, just now all of a sudden saying, "Oh yeah, every version of Superman is canon."
Yep.
The mainline one is the top daddy, but there are other versions of him that are still canon and that can all be comparable to one another. And oh yeah, Superman is fucking difficult to erase from reality. So
no, why not?
so basically that kind of shot down my whole, oh well, technically, I mean, Goku could win if he used Hakai. Nope, not even that.
Nope.
Not even that.
No.
So yeah.
They also mentioned that Goku has never like successfully pulled off a Kai, so.
I mean, technically, he hasn't. Okay, he can use Hakai. I also he can use it. It's just it's not something. It's not his go-to thing. It's really not his go-to thing. He's not like Vegeta who can use it. Yeah, exactly. He's not just like Vegeta. Just like how it's not Vegeta's thing to always use instant transmission. Because Vegeta knows how to use instant transmission, but he doesn't want to sully himself with daring to use one of Kakarot's moves. So I guess the feeling is mutual from Goku.
There you go.
Well, I mean, that's always been something I think a lot of people don't like consider about like just debating in general. Is that like, yes, this character absolutely could do this thing, but the question isn't could they, it's would they. Goku absolutely can use Hakai, but would he though?
Would he consider Superman? Would he really want to be that kind of person to use it on Superman?
Exactly. Yeah. And I know the whole thing of like, oh, but like it's a death battle, you know, like rules against like the whole thing about like characters not willing to kill is removed. And yeah, that's true, but you're still you still got to keep their like I don't know, like Goku.
We have to keep the
Goku absolutely can, has, and will kill someone if he absolutely has to. He has no problem with that. But he's always preferred to do it through his own like raw power and skill, not necessarily this like, oh hey, I can just like just wave my hand and now you don't exist anymore, smile.
It's not within the, it's not the character's core principle. It's not within the character's core principles to just do something like that. And that's kind of the whole theme of this episode, because this episode has a theme. It's called characters and the principles that they stand for. And Goku does not stand for that. Goku doesn't believe in using tricks or hacks to instantly win a fight because he's trying to test himself. If he just ends the fight using these kinds of techniques, that kind of robs Goku of growing as a fighter and learning something.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I guess to make sure that like we're giving both of them their due, I could say the same thing about Superman. Like, I know, I think it was Mate brought up during one of our, watch parties. He said, or it might have been something else. I don't remember. That Superman could just like phase through Goku or like just mess with his organs or something. And I'm just like, yeah, he could, absolutely, but would he though?
Yes, agreed.
That's a bit of a brutal way to kill someone, and brutal is not exactly in Superman's repertoire.
And I don't think they want to go down that avenue again, like they did the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, just putting it out there. I do appreciate. I think we did subtly transition into the analysis. I do appreciate that there was clear effort to put what the characters are and just give them everything they have on the table this time around. There was nothing left out, except with the inclusion of maybe Superman's own Susano, but I personally don't think that would have mattered any too much.
Probably not.
I know a lot of people were a little upset and disappointed. A group of friends of mine even brought it up. And my only line of reasoning is they probably couldn't include it because by the time that happened, they were already knee deep into the episode's production. So maybe that's why they didn't use it. And plus two, it isn't something that Superman would just whip out immediately because he doesn't like using his own Susano. It's his character. He doesn't want to feel like he's showing off just how powerful he is. He wants to still come off as he wants the world to kind of see that he does have limits. If he just pulled out that thing all the time, then people would start treating him like an unlimited god who can just do anything. Mm-hmm. So, it was disappointing that they didn't talk about it, but I understand why they didn't include it because ultimately it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, it was just, hey, look, he has a new bag of tricks.
Cool.
He has enough of them. He has enough of them already. What do you want? What more do you want?
Exactly. So, yeah, how we feel about this analysis? Because I've seen it kind of get mixed receptions. I've seen mostly positive, but I have seen a lot of people compare and contrast between the first episode and its analysis. Which, by the way, we all did watch. We watched episodes 1 and 2. Well, I didn't get there until much later on for 1, but I did rewatch that episode on my own time.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah. Well,
I hate to sound like blunt, but I think people who are like kind of mixed or negative towards the analysis kind of missed the point. I don't know. I'm trying to find a nicer way of saying that, but I don't know. Like, I mean, to me, these analyses are basically perfect.
Yeah,
they're great. I personally like. Okay, look, I will always have nostalgia for the original analyses from the first episode. It was it's impossible to let go of that because of how they constructed it and how they really went all out. This time around, I understand that they kind of had to use their modern instruments and writing to make everything feel seamless as possible instead of just dragging it out. Yeah. So that being said, I know
a lot of people like were saying like, oh yeah, like when it was kind of said that this would be a much like heftier episode than usual. I know a lot of people were like, oh, we're gonna get another half-hour episode, but really think about it. Do you guys really want that?
Exactly.
No, I think because 16 minutes without the ads, 16 minutes or not even 60, less than 14, 15 minutes are dedicated to just the analyses alone. And I feel like, okay, that's kind of understandable because they have to cover everything. They do still pay tribute to the first two analyses. Like hell, Boomstick literally quotes the first analysis from 10 years ago. Yes, that his only worthy teachers left were God and a talking cat. Mostly God.
That's one of my favorite lines from the original, so I'm really happy they brought that back.
Yes, me too. I also just want to say that look, it was a good balance. I like how they did try to combine the both of them. They combined the storytelling aspect of episode 2's analyses with these two, but they mostly had it. They mostly had the versus scaling and the power ability section derived from the first one. So it feels like it was a seamless hybrid instead of just, oh, here are their powers, here's how they scale, yada yada yada, and then here's us trying to clumsily tell a story about what they are and what they mean to people.
Yeah.
So I like it. Again, do I like it more than the do I like them more than the first one? Subjectively, no, because again, it's nostalgia, it's bias. The first one just told the story, and the first one just told their versus scales much more better, and because it was over 30 minutes long. They could literally get away with going that deep into every nook and cranny these characters have inside. Whereas here, it's like, okay, they had to scale it back. No, I'm sorry. They had to scale it back, and I get that. So I like the analyses much better. If I just had to rank them in order, I would say it goes the first one, the third one, the second one, because the third one really feels like it is telling a good story, but it's also not leaving any stone unturned, because that's kind of the whole point this time around. They're not just using any particular Goku and Superman. They're using everything.
If we're gonna talk about that a bit, real quick, I have to comment on okay, someone get Ultra Guy a beer. Cause god damn, this son of a bitch, this guy went through he has notes on basically everything Dragon Ball, everything. But not just that, this guy took it upon himself to read every single goddamn comic that Superman has ever appeared in.
Oh my god. Good lord. That's literally 86 years worth of Superman material.
This dude is insane, and I love him for it. This guy has, on his... I haven't, checked them out myself, but on his page on Blogspot, there's, so many different documents on, just Goku and Superman themselves.
Yes.
It is... Never let it be said that these guys don't do their research.
No. Here's a fantastic example. And a friend of mine who's a huge Superman enthusiast and aficionado, he even had to tip his hat to Ultra, even though he didn't know it was Ultra. And I saw other people tip their hats to Ultra in this regard too. As soon as we see Superman's bio, Ultra fucking listed and put down all of Superman's love interests. All of them.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why would you do that? I'm not saying that. Look, Ultra. I got no disrespect when I say that. But what the fuck, man? Madman. And I also just got a comment too. I've seen other people get excited about this. We actually got to see the alien translations for Kakarot and Kal-El.
Oh yeah.
No,
That is so cool.
That was cool.
That was very nice. Very nice touch. Yeah.
So, again, I do. I just wanted to bring that up. I've seen these analyses get mixed feedback, but I personally love them, and I feel like they just did a great job of updating what I knew they were gonna do. Because if they just repeated themselves again for a third time, then it would have been boring. They're literally learning from past episodes that bring a character back for a third time.
Yeah.
So I love these analyses. I really do. And while yes, it may seem redundant for Superman's section where they just go over all of his powers, what he's done, what he continues to do. All of that may just be, oh, see, he's gonna win because look, this motherfucker did this, and that. So what's the point? They're just dragging this out intentionally to show that Superman is going to win.
Once again, I feel like kind of missing the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, from a common sense, I can understand why you would say that, and that's your opinion, but that is fundamentally missing what they're trying to say, because again, they're not trying to say Superman is fucking broken like they were the last time. They are trying to show this is what this character, like, look, when this character is backed into a corner, or if he is pushed to his absolute breaking point, limits don't mean jack shit to him anymore. He can do anything he wants because the character will push himself for the people he loves and he cares about. And not just that, but also the safety of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Whereas Goku's analyses is more about just, hey, 30 years ago, Goku was literally just a Sun Wukong knockoff who was in a woods traveling with a teenage girl to look for orange balls so the girl could find a perfect boyfriend. Here we are now. So, yeah. I don't know what. So, any further comments on the analyses? Any further things you guys love? Because I got nothing other than the highlights that were. Oh wait, duh! Oh my god! How could I forget? You said get. Oh, okay, so Bro mentioned get Ultra a beer. Get Max and DJ 10 beers.
Oh yeah, dear Josh, the editing on this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's really good.
All around, just so many like nice, like of course, like, you know, like the manga and comic panel editing looks so clean. There are a lot of cool like the scouter edit I really like. The just I don't know. There's like for like both of that, and like reminder, this is Max's third episode.
True.
This is Max's punching episode. I mean, if he wasn't alone, just what?
I think my favorite edits involve Superman are the ones where Superman is using his heat vision. You see the first one with New 52 gaining 10 years worth of medical experience in 5 minutes, and he uses his heat vision on, I don't know who that is, but he heals up that person's stomach. And then the other one where he's also using it to fix up a patch. Like, I love just how the motion blur was used for his heat vision. It just looks so clean. It didn't look wonky or janky or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, sorry. So, what do you guys think? Any other comments about the analyses?
I mean, really, I mean, this also applies to the episode as a whole, but it does. It oozes passion for both of them, like even more
Yeah.
than like a lot. Like, no, I know you could say that on most episodes, but especially this one, you could feel like, yeah, you get why these are loved characters, and I just really like how it's written overall. Like,
I honestly
I don't know
think
how
that
much.
this episode oozes more passion than the first one did. And that one's longer.
Yeah.
So,
There
um,
you go. Like, I don't even know.
so yeah,
I
no, I agree with
yeah.
that. Um,
I don't know. It's just a very enjoyable ride through like everything. Like I'd honestly say these are probably some of my favorite analyses of the year, if not like of the show. Like
Hmm.
I don't, well, maybe not that far, but like, I just really enjoy them. So I mean, I don't know what else to say that you haven't already, but
well, the only real thing I can comment on the analysis, and this is more on like the post analysis, is how do I describe it? More of like the existentialism a little bit.
oh
Yes.
yeah, I didn't even bring that up. The very ending,
Yeah.
like,
Um,
yeah, no, I really appreciate that. Like,
because Wiz goes through a bit of like an existential crisis.
Yes, he has a mental breakdown.
yeah.
But at the end, and I love they 100% included it for this one because they knew what the reaction was going to be. But
Yes.
but I genuinely think, I said this in my reaction, I think that last bit of the post fight will if it hasn't already, absolutely will help kind of like ease people a little bit. As long as they pay attention, of course. Trying to be like, okay, at the end of the day, these two are how do I at the end of the day, we're just having fun.
Exactly.
Where our job here is essentially like, it's the equivalent they said this in Excalibur, right? It's essentially the equivalent of like bashing two action figures together. That's stupid. And it's great. We're just here to have some laughs, have some fun, and celebrate our favorite characters while talking about them beating the shit out of each other. What's not to love?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's honestly one of my favorite moments in a post analysis. Just like, like, hey, we're just we're just doing this for fun. We like what we're doing, and you know what? It's there's more than one way to enjoy this stuff as well. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Death Battle themselves said that. So
yeah, because there's so many. I remember when the first two episodes came out, there were so many people who just like turned away from Superman as a character. They thought he was like so boring because like he's just unstoppable. He's just this unstoppable force. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. That's not.
Yeah.
Like Superman is only really boring when you look at him from a versus perspective, and even then, like it's not that bad.
No, it's not. And again, just look, these guys can tell you. Well, Bro can tell you because I forgot ZDogg was there. But
oh no, I watched it on my own.
Yeah. So because we had a watch party for both these characters, and we did watch Battle of Gods and Superman versus the Elite. Superman versus the Elite stands as one of the many modern stories that will tell you Superman is not a broken, boring character that has nothing to latch on to in terms of relatability or values.
Hell, if anything, it kind of tells you the exact opposite.
Yes.
And I said this on Twitter when I added it to my media thread. I think Superman versus the Elite is probably like the best adaptation of Superman as a character that I have seen. Like it's the best showcase in any form of media that isn't the comics of Superman as a character.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
And again, that's just one of many. Like there are tons of other things that aren't the comics that show that Superman has become more relatable, more grounded in terms of a character. Like there are many examples. Like there's Superman and Lois. There's My Adventures with Superman. There's All Star Superman, the book, the graphic, not the 12-issue series, and the animated film. There's just so many things that really do prove that this character is not what Death Battle claimed he was 10 or 8 years ago when they had him on.
Yeah.
And that really, I think, is the important thing that these analyses had to do above all else. They had to show that they couldn't just have it be a Goku circle jerk like it's been the past 2 times and be disrespectful to Superman. There was a clear love and respect for both characters. Ben Singer himself has even said he loves Superman as a character.
Yeah.
And that's why this whole episode from a writing standpoint is so fucking good compared to those two, because it actually gets the characters. It's not just one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was no man who conquers limits versus a dude who has no limits. There's no if you had Goku be as powerful as Superman, would you even want him as a character in your life? Like none of that shit is here. It's gone. It's jettisoned. What we got in instead is legitimately something that at the surface level, it understands both characters that I think people are giving them credit for. And again, I agree with Bro. They had to have done that. Ben Singer himself had to put that little existential crisis that Wiz is going through and have Boomstick just slap him back to reality, reminding him that, look, there are more than one ways to appreciate these characters. You don't just have to be a fan of them. You can put them in these kind of scenarios that involve just bumping action figures against each other, because let's be honest, that's kind of what that's the best way to describe Death Battle. They are essentially taking action figures that you or I played with, and they're just making them fight.
Yeah.
But hey, fuck it. People are gonna be up. People in 24 hours, people are still fucking bitching and complaining, and I don't think that we can't stop them. We can't.
Nah.
And if you feel that way, fine. I'm not gonna. You have your right to an opinion, but I really do think that people are kind of misunderstanding and not seeing the point of what this episode is trying to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, to be honest, I see it in 2 ways. Like, well, a lot of the bitching comes from like, oh well, Goku should have won, and that's whatever. Like at this point, I don't care anymore. Like if you think Goku should have won, go off, I guess. I disagree with you, but I also don't really care. I think the whole what's kind of like getting to me is the whole thing of like this episode is redundant because Superman won again, and that genuinely kind of pisses me off. The idea that people can look at this episode, and this isn't even without getting into the fight yet, but oh god, we'll get to that. Just the whole thing of like, oh, if Superman just wins again, then like, what's the point of doing this episode? You've already told us that Superman is just a character that, like, doesn't belong in versus matches, and that to me feels like it's implying the death battle can't grow, you know. Like it's implying that death battle is without it is impossible for them to change, to acknowledge their mistakes. This episode, for the most part, this episode practically exists kind of to just write Goku vs Superman 2 out of existence. Ben hates that episode.
Yeah.
But
we talked.
The point of this episode is not to say like, oh, this is what we think now. Because I think most people at this point will tell you that Superman still is superior. We've just kind of established at this point, with not just like Goku versus Superman in general, but also just all the other Dragon Ball and DC fights we've gotten lately, that DC is just on a whole nother level.
DC is busted.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And you know,
that's not the point though. The point is like, this is a matchup that means like the world to Ben. This is a match that he's practically like. It's funny, when season 8 ended, I know a lot of people were saying like, Ben Singer, this show has taken up over a decade of your life, and now here we are. It's like, Ben Singer, Goku versus Superman has taken up over a decade of your life. How does that feel?
Yes, no, and again, we talked about this last episode, and it just bears, and I don't know how many times it bears repeating here. This episode doesn't exist just because they want to just beat into your head that Superman is broken. That's not the point. The point is like, this episode exists to do two things. It exists to give these characters a fair, thorough analysis on what makes them who they are and why people get so passionate about this debate on more than just a fundamental fight of he could win because he has this power, or no, Goku could win because he has that power. They practically already, and hell, you can't even say that they themselves didn't agree that if they had that Goku would win. No, they even said that in other scenarios, if they just took this Goku that they put against another version of Superman who is fundamentally weaker and doesn't even come close to what his mainline counterpart has done, then yes, Goku would absolutely win. But then you got to ask yourself, is that fair? Is that fun? Is that pity? That's more pity than anything else. You're being petty. You cannot allow. You can't have just one superior version take on a weaker version of another character. It just goes against the core principles of what the show is.
Yeah.
And the second reason this fight exists, this whole episode exists, is because once again, Ben Singer is trying to atone for basically internet sins. He felt that he let the internet down 8 years ago when he agreed to do episode 2.
Yeah.
He took all of that blame and put it on himself, when in reality, it was not his fault. It was Craig's fault, the person who ran Screw Attack. Ben was just coerced into doing it, but the man still put that blame on himself. And he's been carrying that burden for 8 years. And he has said he wants to do this right. He wants to do this better. He wants this to be the definitive version, because I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, they'll just do it again in another 8 to 10 years. No, they won't. This is it. There is no other Goku. There's not going to be a fourth one. There won't be a fifth one. Because if they're just going to keep doing this, then yes, you've kind of outstayed your welcome, and you've pretty much just proven that, okay, it's literally just an endless circle. Closure needs to happen, and I feel like this episode gives us closure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think, you know what? You go ahead, because what I was about to say segues into the fight.
Yeah, no, and like, look, this was if you can't accept closure, in a fight where we finally get to see two characters be the best of friends, then get off the internet. Just get off the internet. Go touch grass. Go watch something else, because clearly you just can't enjoy something that is meant to be for fun.
Yeah.
Transition.
So what I was about to say was that I think Medadius put it best when he said on Twitter that like this episode basically exists for them to flex as content creators and give us like you said, the definitive version of this fight. On that note, what the hell drugs were they on when they made this fight? Holy shit!
Yes. Okay. Finally. Yes.
Yeah, totally. Oh my goodness, what this fight is amazing. No way around it.
Look. I had this discussion last night. I'm sorry when I say what I'm about to say. The other two animations might as well just go sit in the corner because this animation is the best of all three of them, and it's arguably the best. It's one of the best 3D fights of the whole damn season. What in the holy shit kind of money have they been spending? Because it feels like it feels like every fucking 3D fight just won't stop going higher.
They won't. It doesn't stop. Every single 3D fight this season has been peak. And I'm just gonna make the bold claim right now. I know we have like one episode left, but this is like, and I said this on Twitter. I kind of struggled to like say like this episode is my favorite one of the season, because every time I do, something else comes out and it's better. But this one might be it.
Okay. Look. I'm good. Yeah. I agree. I concur. No, I'm tired. I'm tired of saying this. This is the final time. This is it. It's done. This is my favorite episode. This with my favorite animation of the whole season. It has changed repeatedly. It was first it was Dragonborn versus the Chosen Undead. Then it was Frieza. Then it was Frieza versus Megatron. Then it was Scooby versus Courage. Then it was Rick versus the Doctor. It's this one. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. This is going to be my number one when we do our ranking. Here's spoiler alert. This is my number one favorite episode of the season. This is going in my in my number one. Sorry. What do I say? What the fuck do I say? But this animation is peak. They cooked. They gave me the best fucking Death Battle burger, and I feel as if all other past burgers are just okay by comparison.
Guys, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think of how to put it best when I was at work, and I think this is it. So, do you remember when I said before Frieza vs. Megatron came out that if Megatron won that episode, it would be my favorite episode of the season, bar none?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, not only was I wrong on that result, but anyways, but I might have been wrong to make that claim in general. With if this season gave us this probably would have been my favorite episode of the season, even if Megatron had won.
Same with Scooby and Courage.
This is. I honestly can't find anything to really complain about. Even going into like nitpicky territory, I guess you could say like, oh, they don't really have like a build up. They are already fighting, but like at this point, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, no, okay. Look, I'll address that complaint. Yes, that's a nitpick for me. But as soon as this episode started playing, that nitpick didn't even come across in my mind, because here's the thing. You have to take into consideration, this fight goes back 10 years. This is the culmination of 10 years that this debate has been around for Death Battle, what in the holy fuck can they do for a story this time around? Like, let's really think about that for a second. Because the first one, it was literally just Goku wanted to fight Superman. That's it. He just wanted to fight him because he wanted to see how strong he was. The second one, it's a flimsy attempt to just have Goku in his god form take on Superman after the Earth is destroyed. You've kind of you would kind of be retreading old grounds if you were to do that again. Like, yes, you could have. Yes, the caveat this time around is, oh, they're just having a friendly spar, and we would show them meeting up with each other. Goku transforms, and they start fighting. Okay, yes, you could do that, but again, you're just repeating episode 1. So them skipping into them already fighting, I think that actually was a good benefit for them. Because then it literally lets you know, this is what this episode, this is how you stand out from the other 2 incarnations. You do something different. You do something that catches you off guard, and it tells you, there's no bullshit, we're jumping straight into it. Get on board or just get off the ride right now.
Yep.
Because this roller coaster ain't stopping because you're being a pussy.
Damn.
So, yes. Oh, God. Fucking absurd. This animation. Okay. So. How the fuck do we do this play-by-play? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, where the hell do we even start? Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, what do you want us to say except, like, this scene was really good. This scene was really good. This scene was really good. Like, it's all fantastic. What do you want from us?
Yep.
Like,
yes, no, like starting off in Super Saiyan, then having them be so buddy, so friendly, so just having a great time, going to Blue, seeing Blue be more badass here than it was the last time around. The 1-inch punch actually being used. The super flare finally being used. They paid it off. Or hell, the scene in space where Superman decides he's going to show Goku's character comes through because Goku pretty much inspires and motivates Superman to want to really show off what he can do with when the inhibitors are taken off. And you get the
Goku
great.
really does have that effect on people, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
They make that a point in Dragon Ball too. Like, Goku just has like this weird effect on everybody.
Yes. Like, or hell, the fucking scene where we see multiple different versions of Superman and Goku. We'll get back to that in the voice casting.
We'll get back to that.
The scene of them just having the little things too. Goku being in all of Superman's actual hidden real powers, and to Superman taking a compliment about his suit, telling him that, oh yeah, my mother made this for me, thank you. And then Ultra Instinct, finally, we have been, oh my god, it feels like we literally have come full circle, because Ultra Instinct in Death Battle has been hyped up, going all the way back to Roshi versus Jiraiya.
Oh god,
and
it really
finally,
hasn't that long.
Yes, it has.
Oh,
and to finally see, after hearing about it countless times with a Dragon Ball related character that has to scale to Goku in some way or form, to finally now seeing it, it's so good. And I also want to say, for those people, there's Beerus, but it's like it's
not the same.
Goku's. No, it's not. It's Goku's Ultra Instinct. And okay, I can actually see one complaint, and But then there's people complaining, why didn't they use true Ultra Instinct? Because, yeah, spoiler alert, there's another version of Ultra Instinct on top of Mastered Ultra Instinct that's supposed to be the real version of Ultra Instinct. Blame fucking Toriyama and Toriaro.
Cool.
I don't give a shit. He only used that form once, and that's pretty much a goal that he has to work to use it whenever he wants. It's pretty much what Whis has been trying to teach him, to use Ultra Instinct to where he doesn't rely on it as a transformation. He can just use it whenever he wants in his base form, like Whis can or Beerus can. I don't care. It was awesome just to see in action, and the callbacks to Super with the moves Goku uses in Ultra Instinct.
Oh yeah. I guess a complaint I have heard is that like Goku doesn't, like, compared to like the other two, Goku doesn't really use a lot of his super forms. Like he uses Super Saiyan, Blue, and then Ultra Instinct. That's it.
I mean, I think that's just a thing of time constraints, like in the fight.
Too, and his other forms are kind of redundant because
Ultra Instinct is kind of the one.
Blue. Okay, look. I look. This is a criticism on Dragon Ball, but Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan transformations and Blue transformations are practically pointless. They're virtually pointless. They just exist for Goku to use and test himself against other opponents. They're not his big guns anymore like they were when the series started. They're literally just redundant. That's it.
I mean,
nothing more, nothing less.
Goku still does use Blue a lot.
He does, yes. That's his go-to. It's pretty. Blue has replaced Super Saiyan as that's his go-to transformation to use.
Pretty much.
And like, although the only cool thing about Blue that does kind of suck that they didn't use it with Blue. The only noteworthy thing that Blue has is that he can stack Kaioken on top of it.
True, but
I mean,
let's put a pin in that, yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then the awesome moment where we get to see we actually get this animation. There's another thing that needs to be said about this animation. The sense of pacing is so much better than the first one. A friend from a group reaction that I was with last night compared it to the likes of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Kai. The first episode's animation was dragged out. It was literally just dragged out, and it was pushing Goku and Superman to their limits until they were at their ultimate peak. This episode just skips all that shit and just has it go as the fight gets more and more interesting. There is no sense. The sense of progression and pace is so much better here. Mm-hmm. It feels like we are witnessing both these two at their best here than we ever could have 10 years ago. Because we're seeing them do things that that one animator tried to do by himself, and it's still good. But it's like comparing a sandwich. It's like comparing a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to a fucking hamburger. There is no comparison. I don't know what to tell you.
Comparisons.
I know, right? My burger metaphors. But oh my god! And also too, the climax. Oh my god.
I guess before we get to that, I will say, like, a part of me kind of wishes they did include that one, like, blue form from Heroes, because, holy shit, Twitter, shut up.
Oh god, yeah.
It would have been cool if they did include Blue Evolved as well, because manga Goku has Blue Evolved. It's not something that Vegeta has. But
I'm talking about that, like, universal tree or whatever it's called from Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, that.
Gosh.
And I really only wanted that included because I made the mistake of responding to someone who thought that Death Battle is DC
Yeah.
biased, because of course they did, and talking about like they're not going to include Universal Super Saiyan Blue, and I'm just sitting here, not really too knowledgeable in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, thinking Universal Super Saiyan Blue, my guy, they Dragon Ball characters have been universal since Beerus versus Galaxia. What do you want? Not knowing that is a term for a form that appears probably one time in Dragon Ball Super Heroes.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just wanted it included because holy shit, shut up.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
But
In
it
Heroes,
wasn't. So
no,
although
in Heroes, this is pretty much accurate of how it is in Heroes, because Goku does use Blue and Ultra Instinct. DC Goku uses Blue and Ultra Instinct a lot in Heroes.
Although I did notice on my rewatch today before jumping into this call that they did have that form in a black box. I think it was in the verdict. I don't remember what the fine details were, but it was there, so I will take that. Anyway, so yeah, the climax, it's kind of just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Man.
So, okay, let's just stop and talk about this, because all throughout this we've been talking about the first episode and comparing this to that. So you know what? They just decided to say, hey, we're just going to redo the climax of the first one.
Pretty much.
Because that's what this is. We literally just get Superman flies to the sun, but he doesn't just fly to the sun. He flies to multiple suns across the galaxy. Getting the ultimate power up.
Overkill much?
Yeah, no. To which Goku is like, finally, he's excited to see Superman's real power. Like, this is it. This is a chance to see where Goku stacks up, and just, he's excited. And then, of course, you get a again, voice acting, but you get the most rawest Kamehameha in this episode, like, ever. And you see, this is where the animation has been so fucking fire, but the effects for Goku's Ultra Instinct Kamehameha against a fully juiced up Superman is so fucking beautiful. And then, of course, you do get the iconic Easter egg of Superman just powering through that. He's essentially powering through a universal Kamehameha that might as well just blow up the whole damn universe. But then they decide to really, really go full force with the Easter egg. And I actually did ask this question, because I've always wanted to see what would happen if Goku used Kaioken. What if Goku stacked Kaioken on top of Ultra Instinct? Here's your fucking answer. He would essentially just blow up the whole damn planet. Because his maximum power output is that damn good.
I have heard that, technically speaking, stacking Kaioken on top of Ultra Instinct is technically impossible, but it's also cool as hell, so I don't care.
I was gonna say, just shut up, it's cool. Let it happen.
Yes, and then just seeing a Golden Superman just still power through that. He's powering through a multiversal Kamehameha. And then finally, here you go. Here's the final cherry on top of it all. Goku's key stand comes out to protect him and fist bumps Superman so hard the whole universe is destroyed. It's all erased. It's gone.
Like,
What
wow.
in the holy fuck?
Like, okay, like, there's overkill, but then there's awesome overkill. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, like, listen, like, like, just what? like, like this, like, I know I haven't been saying much, but let me do this. Like, this climax just like is like freaking spectacular. From the visuals, just popping off, from the
Okay.
voice acting,
Dude,
just
I
doing an amazing job.
I
Just,
comment on this a lot,
all of it.
but
Don't see
goddamn the Viz Pose team do not get enough credit.
Yes, no,
Yeah, because oh my gosh, to make this fight look amazing.
the visuals in this, the post VFX. Yes, no, bro is right. They absolutely deserve all the fucking credit in the world because these effects, they look so much better than the second one. And that's not knocking the second one, but it's like most of all
No,
that was done by Torium. No, the second one looks fine. It's just, look, it just goes to show you how far their instruments have grown, because legitimately key beams have never looked this better.
Yeah.
Like last year we got a taste of it with Vegeta and Gogeta, Vegito, and Trunks, but now it feels like this is the pinnacle of it.
Only
Because
makes sense to have the
even
pinnacle
when-
be with Goku.
Yeah, exactly. Because even when we get that scene of again that climax shot of Goku of Ultra Instinct Kaioken Goku using a Kamehameha and his fucking Ultra Instinct stand going up against Superman in fully dipped out sun form, and you see all of the different colors radiating off of it. It's literally just a color rainbow to your eyes. There is so much visually I really want to watch this. I'm not at my apartment, but I will watch this fight in the dark and see just how much it lights up my room. Because holy shit,
Yeah.
it is. And also too, yes, of course, that the epilogue shot.
Oh god.
Yes.
This is where I shit you not, for the second time in my life, Death Battle has made me cry.
Okay, I'm just gonna be blunt. This epilogue shot pretty much just shits all over the other two Goku vs Superman episodes by itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause like, well, for starters, there is a lot of additional art done by so many people. One of which I haven't found it yet, but one of which is by Ben himself.
Neither have I.
Nice.
I mean, granted, it's more of a graphic than like drawn art, but you know what I mean. It's still art. It still counts.
Yes.
But not even just that.
I've got. Sorry.
But just
I was gonna say I've got all of them right here.
Okay. But just the sheer like respect that both of them share for each other.
Yes. Literally just Goku waking up, he's dead, and him and Superman are pretty much in this void where they are stuck and they see alternate dimensions of all of them fighting. That is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like,
and of course,
and then also,
of course, that little fist bump that they do.
Yeah.
It is very precious. It is wonderful. It is practically peak characterization. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. I know I mentioned last time that I wanted to have these two have like the All My Might guy kind of like, oh, like, they're fighting to the death, but they're still friends, and I'm so glad that this shot
Yeah.
like throughout the entire fight that emphasizes it, but just the fact that they have this little epilogue shot with like, yeah, like, you know, they still do like kind of like in Randy versus Kool-Aid Man, like, yeah, this is just a regular thing. So
Yeah.
and like
Um,
just and just this ending shot, like, yeah, like just I don't know, it just feels nice, like, you know, like yeah, these characters are trying to kill each other, but like even then, like they're still friends. They're still friends.
It goes more than that. They're not even trying to kill each other. It's a spar. It was just a spar that tested both of their limits. And once again, this shows the characterization here better than the other two fucking ever could have hoped to do. Because legitimately, Goku's character and his attitude and he inspires Superman and motivates him to really go all out and see just what can he do, what can he do at his most powerful, and and Goku doesn't even take it it's all that serious. Like, he wakes up, and I love his little reaction to the Halo. Ah, darn it!
Darn it.
That's Goku.
He takes it better than most of the Dragon Ball fans. That's sad. Anyway.
That's sad. But it's like, that's so Goku. That is so Goku. And again, Goku just immediately like, but next time I'll be stronger. And then Superman, on the other hand, Superman legitimately considers Goku a good friend and a good rival. Because he even tells him, it's like he even adults this shows where this Superman is better than the other Superman, which I'm counting as one because 1 and 2 are meant to be in the same continuity. But compared to his other counterpart, who just saw Goku as a potential threat, if he went too far, he felt like Goku was dangerous, but he still had some respect for him. Because he's Superman, he still shows kindness and compassion to those he fights, even if they're a dangerous threat. But that still wasn't Superman, because throughout that whole fight, at least in my opinion,
has anyone else noticed that like most other Superman like versus animations, not even just against Goku, but just against anybody, has kind of written him to be kind of an asshole.
I have noticed that because, especially
and, like, rewatching this one, I felt it in GBS 2 a little bit, but rewatching this episode has kind of opened my eyes to it being more so like I was about to word that wrong. It's kind of opened my eyes more so to the first one. That's like, even in that one, he's kind of a dick.
Yes. No, like he is, like, in this one, like in almost every fan interpretation I've seen, from Epic Rap Battle to Mastar Media, to those are the two. There are other decent animations out there. So, one that actually do treat Superman with the respect he deserves, and he does act like the person he's supposed to be in this animation. But GBS2, Mastar Media, and Epic Rap Battle all kind of treat Superman like a fucking asshole. Epic Rap Battle, that's excusable because it's not like they take parody. All these characters.
The satire.
Yeah, parody. There you go. Yep, satire. There you go. But Mastar Media and GBS2 really showcase just how much of a dick Superman can be if he's not written by people who actually know the characters. And that's not knocking and that's not knocking 2 while it's down, but again, its characterization of Superman was shit. Because he legitimately was a fucking douchebag who just saw Goku as nothing more than a child with too much power, so he had to take him down. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he did catch him and presumably bury him, but there was not enough of this. Because
this Superman is having an absolute ball.
If this was that Superman, he would be absolutely pissed off at Goku that they destroyed the universe. And he would just see and he would pretty much just discipline Goku and just chastise him. This Superman doesn't give a shit because we all know this Superman will probably restart the universe and bring Goku back. So he doesn't really take it.
You can at least wish on the Dragon Balls.
There you go. He doesn't take it too seriously.
Although I guess the Earth was destroyed.
The Earth was destroyed, yes, but it's like, again, Superman could fix everything. So there is. It's no problem.
Yeah, true. I was just thinking like, oh wait, the Dragon Balls probably aren't. They probably don't exist anymore.
No, well, I don't think they exist. Period. Because the whole universe is gone. So Namek is also probably fucked. So are the Universal
Namek
Dragon
already
Balls.
Destroyed?
No, but there's new Namek.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That goes to show what I know.
Yes, there is a new Namek.
Oh wait, that's in Buu Saga, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where like the super, not the Super Dragon Balls, like they're like the
Namekian Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Wow, I actually knew that. Wow, I'm an idiot.
Okay. But
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
But and okay, yeah. So just this animation, it encapsulates everything these two. It's peak, yes. This animation encapsulated the characters at their strongest and their finest.
Mm-hmm.
And again, kudos to all of the animators, because these models, I saw a lot of people bitching and complaining about the Superman model, and some being a little iffy on them using the Fighters model. But when you think about it, look at what was achieved with it.
I don't see what people have a problem with the Fighters model.
It looks too much like a video game. A friend of mine had that complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but
Like, if that's the complaint, then, I don't, whatever.
Yeah, no, but okay, but still, I mean, these models were so fucking expressive in a way that the other models couldn't hope to be. Like, even Torian, as beautiful as the animation for 2 was, and it did have Torian doing it by himself, even Torian couldn't get through the limitations those models had because they weren't that expressive. Like, when we watched it...
Well, Torian in general always had issue with, like, expressiveness. Like, he more so had it through, like, bodily movement rather than, like, facial expression.
Facial.
Which, like, is fine for what it's supposed to be, but then, like, when you, like, really start, like picking at it a little bit, like, it kind of makes the body expressions feel a little, like, much. Like those like some of Torian's characters, they don't stop moving. No,
they don't. There is better HD quality to Torian's animation than here. I'll give people that. But here, there's so much life. There's so much emotion. There's so much fluidity. There's, like, these characters feel and look like they're alive. They're not just stiff action figures that barely communicate through facial expressions like they were in the other 2 episodes. Because in the other 2 episodes, we could barely get any correct mouth flaps for Jordan's animation 10 years ago.
Yeah, they always move like anime characters.
Exactly.
I guess more like puppets.
And then here too, and in the second one, the models were fine. They were good. It's just the problem was there wasn't that much expression going on, and it felt like, man, this is just. Ugh. But here it's like, oh my god, like. This is where having a whole team really pays off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos to and again, so just kudos to the Blender team, the two of the Blender team's animators, one of the Blender team's animators, Gaio Tomodachi, my boy David, Luis, Plake, and 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 Dalton, or like all of them did such a good job. It's not even funny.
And then you have Zach
VFX.
and Gus for the brief sprites.
Yes, they did the sprites for when we saw Super Saiyan 4 Goku fighting Blue Superman and Goku Black versus Ultraman. And then, of course, you have John Mitchell, who did the he, of course, did the art for Cosmic Armored Superman fighting Zeno Goku, and you also saw, I have them right here on my screen. These are most of the ones I was able to spot, and the artists have come out and posted their renders of them. There was Super Saiyan 5 Goku versus Milkman Man. There was Drip Goku versus there was Drip Goku against 90s against 90s Superman with the mullet, the one who came back from the healing coma situation. There was, of course, Superman Prime 1 Million fighting Super Saiyan God Goku. There was a alternate version where Goku was Superman and Superman was Goku. There's Angel Goku fighting Omnipresent Superman. There's Team 4-Star Goku fighting what I can assume is it's just some random guy Superman over a muffin. And then you have Old Man Goku, who looks like Albert Einstein playing bingo against Kingdom Come Superman. And then Zack Attack also did the... Then you also have Superman from the DCAU fighting Goku at the beginning of the Saiyan saga. Here's
my question. Did anybody at any point put in Superman 64 versus Dragon Ball Evolution Goku?
I can't seem to find it. No, but somebody. But we also got to see. We also got to see Goku. We also got to see Goku and Goku versus Superman 1 and 2. We got to see keyframes of those animations make an appearance in one of these shards of the multiverse. We also got an alternate universe where Scooby-Doo is Superman and Courage the Cowardly Dog is Goku.
That one I did see.
Okay, in the last notable one, which I honestly wish they did do, and I hope they do in the future. There's also an alternate universe where Gogeta is fighting the fusion of Superman and Batman.
Yeah, nice.
That's fine.
So, yes, so many. Oh my god. What the fuck do we say? What's to be said that hasn't been said? This animation, I've rewatched this animation so many times. It's not funny. I legitimately cannot stop rewatching it. It's so hype and it's so wholesome. How do you do that? How do you make something that's so peak but has so much nice and wholesomeness to it at the same time?
Gosh.
How do they make destroying reality as we know it wholesome?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Better question is, how do they make that a sentence?
I don't know. How do they? Well, speaking of sound,
True. Okay, yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so voice acting. So we did call it. Michael Kovac has returned to play Goku.
Yes.
This is probably my favorite performance from him in a death battle.
I second that.
Yeah, I've heard that. Because, man, no.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't hit like every single like inflection of Sean Schemmel, except for the finally line that sounds like exactly like Sean, but whatever.
Or even the little laughs that Goku does, or the smirks.
Yeah.
Those also hit Sean Schimmel energies.
Gosh.
Okay, I think this is way better than Gogeta versus Vegito, in my opinion, in terms of his performance.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, Gogeta versus Vegito, he was also like doing his Goku voice imitating Vegeta. So
Yeah, but it also beats the first couple of lines we heard from him at the start of that fight.
yeah, but it was one line. I'm not gonna give him too much crap over
I was
it.
gonna say, yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's also, I think it's also better than his Goku Black performance. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. That's my opinion. Others say that they still do kind of prefer his Goku Black performance. Fair enough. To each your own, I guess.
That's fair. I don't like.
Mm.
I don't blame you for thinking that. His Goku Black performance
Yes,
is really
no.
good.
Like, and oh my god, I said earlier how Goku had the most rawest Kamehameha. Naturally, fucking Michael in these Kamehamehas.
Yeah, dude, he's insane. Like, if you want a super energetic voice actor, you go to Michael Kovac. Like this dude.
Yeah.
This dude knows how to do a Dragon Ball.
Even like, okay, because I did see some animation breakdowns that I did see some animation breakdowns that of this from one of the animators that worked on this. And hearing Michael's Kamehameha, and again, this is just the B-roll, but hearing his B-roll Kamehameha with the finished sound effect of the beam powering up and no music, oh my god, it sounds even awesomer. Like, and again, just the ending. I really love the ending. Like his delivery of darn it, I'm dead again. I'm dead. It's like, how can you not laugh and love that? That's Goku. That really is Goku.
Death really has become a revolving door for Dragon Ball, huh?
Yes, it's like, look, and also his line, like his line of the next time I'll get stronger, and then just ending it with, "You want to go again? You're on." Look, I'm just saying, if Sean Schimmel does retire, get fucking Michael and Lenny to be the new voices of Goku and Vegeta in future Dragon Ball projects.
The really picky side of me is really thinking like, I wonder if they should have like reworded Goku's last line at least a little bit, like, because he says like, "Let's go again," kind of implying like, "Let's go again right freaking now." And
Yeah.
like my inner like Dragon Ball fan is like, if Goku goes again right now and dies again, then he can't come back ever. Like that's kind of a whole point. Like whenever someone like that halo is there for a reason. Like when a character dies with that thing on, not even the Dragon Balls can bring them back.
Oopsie.
So like Goku's line of like, "Let's go again right now." I'm just like, Goku, if you go again, that's probably gonna be your last bout, right? Like right now. Why don't we wait until we like reset everything? Yeah. But again, that's really picky. I'm not even counting that as a complaint. Let's move on.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's talk about where the wholesomeness of this episode comes from.
Okay, so of all people I expected to voice Superman, Xander Mobus was not at the top of my list. You could have given me like an hour to come up with like every single actor who I think could be a good Superman. I probably would never have said Xander Mobus, but my God, he is really good.
He's damn good. Like, look, I look, just judging him as from his performance, he encapsulated and embodied everything Superman is supposed to stand for. And my fear when I heard him in that sneak peek was, oh, he's just going to do his All Might voice. I'm sorry, his All Might voice. Damn it, I'm getting him confused with Kaji. That he was just going to do his Might Guy voice, which now we can confirm clear as day that yes, Xander Mobus Kagi Films was correct. It was Xander Mobus who did the voice of Might Guy in All Might versus Might Guy.
Yeah, probably.
Because when he said,
the only question I have at that point is why would they put him under an alias?
I don't know. That is weird. Because. And I know, and again, it's clear as day that that's him because whenever he says the line, "I'll show you just how powerful I really am," he literally says it in his Might Guy voice. But still, yeah, I really loved Xander as Superman. I never thought I would hear Xander as Superman, but holy shit, I'm not complaining.
Absolutely not.
Like, if you and again, there are some people who weren't impressed with him. Fair enough. We all have our own definitive voice for Superman, and I know a lot of people, like us, are still kind of bummed that they didn't get Michael, aka It's Just Some Random Guy, back one more time to voice this character.
Well,
we'll put a pin in that, but. But you see but again, just judging Xander as his own Superman, that's Superman. Like, I straight up heard Superman. Yeah. I didn't even hear Xander. I just heard Superman.
Yeah.
Like that, and I love how they referenced the Justice League Unlimited line, a world made of cardboard, and his delivery of that.
Yeah, that was good.
Good morning.
Yes, and then of course just the simplest thing of him getting him feeling like his wholesomeness, just getting complimented on his suit, and him just laughing and just saying thanks. It's Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me. It's like, oh, which I know the comic that's from, and that line even got used for the first time in live action media in the first episode of Superman and Lois. And my absolute favorite line is literally just him at the end talking to Goku, saying, "That was pretty good. You almost had me." And him even telling Goku he's looking forward to Goku getting stronger next time.
You love to see it.
Yes, and then when Goku says, "Let's go again," you're on. It's like, that's Goku and Superman. Fuck that. That is Goku and Superman at the end. And once again, even if people are salty, everybody can at least, like, I even saw one person get very hyped about that. One reactor literally said, "Let's go. That's how you do it. That's fucking Goku and Superman right there."
Mm.
It's not just us that thinks this. The whole community loves the fact that we got to see Goku and Superman be fucking buddies. So, yeah. These okay, look, next to Megatron and Frieza, these might be my favorite duo of voice performances we've had this season.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jury's out on that. We've got 15 great episodes. So, but I think that Xander and Michael are at the top of the list. Oh yeah. So remember how I said
that pin we got in there? Let's take that out real quick.
yes.
So we mentioned that they didn't get Michael Grusso back, and like honestly, I kind of just view that as whatever. I love him in the other 2 episodes, but I'm glad we got a voice change.
Yeah.
But if you are just so if you're one of those people who are just like it has to be it's just some random guy and Masako X or nothing at all. Don't fret because they are there.
We did get them back one more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
Those little sprite graphics, they're not just there for the sake of being cool, although they definitely do that.
Oh yeah.
They also squeeze in one line from both Masako and it's just some random guy. As like a last little hoorah for them as these characters.
Yes, and okay, you guys probably didn't think too much of this, but those particular last lines that we hear them do, that we hear from Masako, and it's just some random guy. I didn't realize this until today, but those are the very first line. Those are some of the most. Those were some of the first lines, or at least the most iconic lines from the first episode 10 years ago. Because with Goku, of course, we hear Kaioken. That's Masako, and of course, Goku did say Kaioken. Like Goku used Kaioken multiple times in the first episode. So okay, I understand why they just had him yell that because other than the Dragon Fist and the Kamehameha and the I am Son Goku and I am Super Saiyan, I like that they chose Kaioken for Masako. And then it's just some random guy. It's literally one of the first lines that we hear from him in the Team 4-Star bitch from 10 years ago. This looks like a job for when he's trying to catch that plane, which is directly taken from the second episode of Superman the Animated Series. So, it felt so surreal to hear them one more time. Even if we didn't get to hear more than one lines, I'm not complaining. The fact that Ben felt the need to include them at all, I think that's a great way of bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just brings my teenhood full circle. Because again, I was a teenager when I heard it's just some random guy in Masako X as this Superman and Goku.
Yeah.
So thank you for including them one more time. And again, I would it have been cool if they would have just gotten to play these particular versions? Yes, but that would have been a big problem because I've seen a lot of people say, oh, so this must mean when the way we see Goku and Superman talking, so this must take place after the second one. But Superman's just more mellow now. It's not. I do think this is, I don't know if they have confirmed it or not, but I think it's pretty obvious that the Xander and Michael's Goku and Superman, they're not the same ones from 10 or 8 years ago.
Probably not.
They're a completely different version. So it would have just been retreading old grounds if we did get them back one more time for the main versions. But
yeah, plus at this point, like between like this and Gogeta vs Vegito and Goku Black, I think Michael Kovac has kind of like cemented himself as like if they ever bring Goku back, which let's be honest, they probably will. I think Michael Kovac for Goku has kind of become like Nicholas Angelui for Sonic at this point.
Yes.
Like whenever they use Goku, or any particular form of Goku, unless it's like I don't know, Dragon Ball Evolution, They're probably gonna get Michael Kovac any chance they get. Which
Well, shit. Sorry. Now I'm kind of sad that Composite Goku and Composite Ryu didn't cross the Tournament of Champions, because then we would have had Michael back as Goku again. Shit. Damn it. Oh, well.
I will say, I didn't mention this at the beginning because I didn't really know how I could bring anything into it, but they did do a Q&A after this episode came out for members, and they'll be doing this for the rest of the episodes, as far as they can tell. Again, in the foreseeable future is the phrase I was looking for, but my brain just decided. One thing I completely forgot until earlier on was that one of the questions they got, of course, was why do this one again? Blah 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 blah. You know how this goes. But I think the sort of secondary question to that is, why do Goku and Superman against each other again when you could put either of them against other people? Why do Goku versus Superman when you could do Goku versus Sonic, for example? And I think Ben went to the trouble of saying, if they did Goku versus whoever aside from Superman again, with what they brought up in this episode, instead of people being so this is pretty cool, this is a cool episode, it would instead lead to people being so how does this affect versus Superman?
Yeah.
And the opposite is true too. If they did Superman versus, I don't know who is Superman's request at this point that isn't Goku.
I don't know, Thor or something. I don't know. That's
sure.
the other one.
Well, whatever.
I don't know.
It would lead to the exact same question, just for Superman instead of
Yeah.
Goku.
Hulk. I was gonna say Hulk. Hulk is Superman's second most requested fight.
Yeah, sure. Hulk.
We already moved on.
Yeah, sure. Hulk. Whatever. But now, actually, something I completely forgot to mention when we were talking about the analysis is the new measurement for Universe 7. Okay,
Yeah,
first off, what the hell? Secondly, I know a lot of people were questioning where was this for Frieza? And the short answer is, okay, they did come across that while working on Frieza. But really the short answer is that A, they didn't need it. The old measurement was enough to beat Megatron anyway. And the other thing was that because they were working on this episode anyway, it would feel more fitting to bring up the new measurement here than with Frieza. It just felt more appropriate. And they also had a new measurement for DC's cosmology, which again, what the hell? But that's besides the point. So, but now that we have Goku versus Superman, the modern take, now the doors are more open for Goku and Superman to fight other people. So get in your requests, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. You know what I just remembered? You want to know who Superman's why did I even forget this?
Oh boy.
Do you want to know who Superman's big request is nowadays? That I was like, oh yeah, no, this would be great, and I totally forgot about it for some reason. It's Optimus Prime.
Oh,
that's
right. Yeah.
I don't know
that
how,
actually would be cool.
I don't know how I forgot about that because that matchup is super freaking cool and I want it. But
there you go. So
yeah, so there you go. So yeah, get in Goku versus Sonic or Sailor Moon and go request Superman versus Optimus Prime. I know Ultra is super cool with that. Um, um,
Goku composite Goku composite Ryu all the way. By the way, anyway.
yeah, true.
All right,
yeah,
so
true that too.
okay, I have. All right, there's one more thing we have to talk about before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, we've been kind of going off the rails. Wow, we're going in for a while.
And
Yes, let's end it. Okay. All right. All right. Me and Bro will take care of this segue. Hey, Bro. So you liked Alive, right? You like Alive, the original
Alive's
track
cool.
for Goku vs Superman. Okay. Now, what if I pitch this to you? What if Brandon, with 8 years of time and growth and sheer determination, gave us a sequel to that, but it somehow is better than Alive.
Give this man a raise and a promotion. If anybody gets that reference, you're a real one. Anyways, yeah, Super.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really
Why
good.
do we keep getting peak music?
I don't know, but I'm not complaining.
Me
I will
neither.
never not. Okay, look. I never thought it was possible to make a sequel to Alive. I never thought it was possible to make it even better, but jumpin' Jesus. This track goes just as hard as the animation.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What are we saying? It sounds beautiful. It sounds awesome. And also the lyrics. The lyrics. This man literally this man put a lot of character into this track.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially with two verses that I love, that I'll read because he did post the lyrics. One of my favorite verses. Just saying, it's okay. It doesn't matter who wins anyway. Test ourselves, a bond in battle. Men of steel, we are not that fragile.
Damn.
And then, because this is a sequel to Alive, Brandon Brandon did not. Brandon understood the assignment. You didn't need to tell this man to put a goddamn reference to it in this track, because that leads me to verse 2. In this moment, there is no space or time. In this moment, there is only you and I. In this moment, we are free. Watch me come alive.
And what's great is that part in particular plays during Goku's Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, and it's like incredibly fitting, and I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what you want us to say. It's really good. Like, I don't know what more you want us to say about that.
Really damn good. Yeah.
I do. It's one of my favorite tracks of the season. This and oh my god, it is like this and Frieza and Megatron's track, Fireborn, and Bill and Discord's track, and Cole versus Alec, Inhuman. These are all fucking great tracks. Damn it, I'm so pissed we're not doing a track ranking, because Jesus.
I'm not, because man, that's just, at this point it's impossible.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, no. Fucking amazing track. What do you want? It's Brandon cooking. That it's like saying the sky is blue or the grass is wet.
Exactly.
Go fucking listen to it. Go listen to it. Go. Work out to this song. Damn it.
I mean, it does sound like a good workout track. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
I can believe it.
Okay, so I guess it's not exact. I guess it seems pretty unanimous between the three of us that amongst all the Goku versus Superman, amongst the Goku versus Superman trilogy, this is the best one.
Yeah.
A friend of mine put it so beautifully. This is essentially the Revenge of the Sith of the trilogy. And that is not an inaccurate description.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. Listen. The original is a classic. That can't be taken from it.
No.
You know, it's Death Battle's magnum opus is the best way to put it. It will always be a fantastic episode. Second one, you know, it has it it has its problems. It has moments. It exists. Yes. But man, this one absolutely takes the cake. Like, it has the passion of the first one and the love and care for the characters and series of the first one. It has the animation quality and banger soundtrack of the second one. It has all the good shit of season 10. What more could you ask for? Damn it! What more could you ask for for this iconic matchup? Like, dude, okay, obviously, you know, we'll always have. I mean, you know, most of us will always look at the first. Well, at least the first one. I don't know about the second one, but whatever. We'll always have the first one to look back on as an iconic moment in Death Battle history.
Oh, for sure.
But man, just this one just takes the cake in terms of everything about this matchup. Like, yeah, what more do you want me to what more can I what more can I say that hasn't been said throughout the discussion? I know, I know I mostly just been letting y'all go off, but just come on, this is a true treat in terms of this season. And might I remind you, this season is already stacked as hell.
Yeah.
To break, I mean, hey, you know, I guess with these two pushing beyond Goku pushing beyond limits, I guess it's fitting.
True.
So yeah, I'll be honest, even though I'm not quite sure if I would say it's my favorite of the season just because of personal reasons, come on, I don't think anyone can deny that this is an amazing episode through and through, and definitely it definitely is a fitting closure to Death Battle and this matchup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. If that doesn't say if that doesn't say yeah, we think this is the best version of this matchup on the show. I mean, what does? And I think even the best version of this matchup, period. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It is. Look. It's like ZDogg said. We will always treasure our experience with the first one. You can't take that away from us. I was a teenager in my senior year. These guys were years younger than I was, but we all remember our experience with the first one. But so to me, the reason I love this version above all else is because it brought it all home. This has pretty much brought it all full circle for not just Death Battle, but for all of us as fans and viewers. And I think that is probably why we all love it so much. Because it doesn't treat us like those kids from 10 years ago. No, it treats us like adults. And we get to literally see these two characters come back one last time. Granted, Bro's right, Goku will probably come back in the future, but I like to think this is probably this should be the last time you have Superman in Death Battle.
Well, I don't know.
Unless it's Optimus Prime.
In
which case, okay, fair enough, but still.
I am totally down for either Goku or Superman coming back eventually. Obviously, as long as it's not against each other.
Yes, but
like if nothing else, this should be the last Goku versus Superman.
Yeah.
Like this should be the last time we see Goku and Superman, unless they wanted to pull off like some crazy, wacky, alternate universe version. I mentioned Evolution Goku versus 64 Superman earlier. Screw it, why not?
yeah, or screw it, you can bring back Goku Black and have him fight Ultraman, or Red Sun Superman. But still, I think it's best that you keep that. Yeah, like Bro's saying, let this be the last time. And even though this wasn't the season finale, it felt like a season finale in its own right. And I think it did. And I think the culmination of 10 years has proven that Goku versus Superman will never not feel like a special event and an episode that we'll always look back on with good, bad, and great memories.
Well said.
So.
Okay. But you mentioned this wasn't the finale.
So pray tell,
what the hell is? What the fuck is?
So
what could be bigger than Goku? So what's bigger than Goku versus Superman?
So here's a question I have for you all. Do you remember in the last episode when I said, when you think of what could be the season finale of a season, what do you think of? And I mentioned Goku versus Superman and wondered why it wasn't the finale. But I also mentioned a different matchup, not knowing that is exactly what we were going to get. Because yes, indeed, at long freaking last, Death Battle is giving us Galactus versus Unicron.
12 years in the making.
About fucking time. Wow. Like,
okay.
You know what this means? But do you know what this means? The Trinity is now complete. That's it. Because because the Galactus versus Unicron, if you didn't know, boys and girls, stands next to Goku versus Superman and Alex versus Cole as the three top most requested fights of all time. Going back 12 years ago when Death Battle first started, these were the three horsemen of matchups that everybody wanted to see Death Battle do. And now, in Season 10, we got all three of them together.
All three of them. Gosh,
Okay,
Spider versus Aquaman really messed up the timeline, didn't it? Dear gosh.
It really did.
Hey guys, do you want to know what I just this moment realized? Somewhat of a side note.
What's up?
So Richard mentioned that this is 12 years in the making, and I'm like, really 12? I must be doing my math wrong. Boba Fett versus Samus Aran turns 13 tomorrow, as we're recording this.
Oh my god!
God.
As we're recording this, Death Battle turns 13 years old tomorrow.
Okay, so correction. 13 years in the making. I was a number off. Holy shit! Wow.
When you said 12,
what a-
I was like, it has to be 13, right? Oh, I'm like, oh wait, I guess it's not December 6th yet. And then I checked my calendar, and I'm like, wait a goddamn second. um, anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So hey, Galactus versus Unicron.
God, what a time to be doing these podcasts and to be in the community. What the hell?
We got in our lifetime. We got as Death Battle fans doing this podcast. It couldn't have been summed up better. We have now seen it all. We've seen Alex versus Cole. We've seen Goku versus Superman, and now we're going to see Galactus versus Unicron.
Oh boy,
man!
God dang it!
Wow.
I hate feeling old.
It is so funny that the Trinity was completed, was what started and finished in this season.
Yes,
it's so good.
All in one season.
God.
This really is. This really is the season of man. It's about damn time.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
I know what I said.
So bit of a backstory. So yes, like Richard said, this one was like, and even the trailer, the reveal, put a pin in that. Mentioned like, yeah, this is like the #1 most requested episode of all time. I kind of have my doubts on that, but I'm not gonna question it. Do you guys remember, Magfest 2015?
Yes, I do, and I know what you're gonna reference.
Remember,
and
seen it.
So it's really funny because someone posted what I'm about to talk about on Twitter, and it reminded me of this because it's been a meme for the longest time that Galactus versus Unicron was like, it's been confirmed to happen eventually. Even though by all accounts, technically, no match is really like hard confirmed. It's just like, oh yeah, they'll probably do it eventually. Well, with the exception of maybe Ruby versus Maka, but that's not the point. Where that originated from was Magfest 2015 when Chad dropped out of nowhere. Well, I guess it wasn't entirely out of nowhere, but semantics. Basically saying, and I quote, "Yes, at some point there will be Galactus versus Unicron." That was 8 years ago. And we're just now getting it.
I mean, hey, if there's any matchup to follow up Goku Superman, I guess this would be the one.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess this makes sense. And like, you know, maybe wasn't in time to do it for the 10-year anniversary, but I mean, the 10th season, I think that also works.
Sure. And I know I make such a stickler about like, oh, like what really counts as a finale. You know, we had that whole debate about it last year.
Yeah.
But even I was thinking like, if Goku versus Superman isn't the finale, then what is? Like, they have to follow up something crazy. They have to do something crazy to follow up that.
Well, they did.
They did.
Here we are. Okay, look. I do personally wish this would have happened back during season 8 when it was the 10-year anniversary, and maybe once upon a time it could have. But then again, I'm not going to break down and just say why it didn't happen. There's a lot of red tape and legal and technical shit as to why it couldn't have happened, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because what matters now is that this is it. No more stalling, no more waiting, no more speculating, no more asking. they're doing it.
It's finally here.
And
Yes.
it feels weird. It feels weird that
oh my
it
god,
is,
it does, yeah.
It does indeed
Yes,
feel
for it.
weird. But look, okay, I have to be although I'm going to have to be real. I've never been heavily invested into this matchup as Bro or anyone else has, but I do appreciate and respect the fact that look, the sheer size and scope of this matchup, it's a sight to behold, and it kind of dwarfs any other standard matchup.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, look, it doesn't matter if you have an episode that could be gold, like Popeye versus Saitama, or Megatron or Frieza. You have those type of fights that have those type of fights are just the tipping point to what Galactus versus Unicron really can be. And I think now it's perfect because what is it? It's the 35th or 36th year anniversary of Transformers the movie, the 1986 one. I mean, it's almost 40. Could be 37, 38. Yeah, okay. And this really has been. Let's also back it up for a bit. 37th. Okay. This has been. Let's back it up for a bit. This has been the year of Transformers.
Honestly,
let's shift it to Bro. Let's shift the spotlight to Bro's franchise.
Honestly, okay. Well, not only have the toys been going insane, but we had a new movie come out. It was amazing.
We had Earthspark.
We had Earthspark, which I still need to watch.
It's good. Watch it.
I mean, technically, this happened like late last year, but screw it, I'm going to mention it anyway. We had a new video game get announced,
Yes.
which we might see in a couple days at a certain award show.
Yes.
That's the rumor I've heard anyway. Well, actually, the toys for that just got revealed, and they look really good.
Yes, of course. You have we have a new comic series going on.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the comics. Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, we got not one, but two Transformers episodes in this season of Death Battle.
Yes, as well as a nomination for the Death Battle Tournament of Champions.
True. I am feasting.
You're like Godzilla fans. You're just feasting.
I think they've made up for the fact that it's been 5 years since the last one.
Yes, I think they have. Good on them.
Yeah.
And I hope that can we keep this train going, please? I like this a lot. Can we keep the Transformers?
Yeah, can we? Let's
I'm
at
all
least
here for it.
wait. Yeah, let's bring in another Transformers character, like maybe once or twice a season. That would be nice. Instead of having to wait another 5 years. But yeah. So anyway, where to begin on our history with these characters?
Well, you know, I made this joke last time we had a Transformers character, but I think I'm a Transformers fan.
I fancy myself a little bit of a Transformers fan.
You know,
I dabble.
you know,
And
as I
I'm
look
here
at-
too.
You know, as I look at the like 120 figures, yes, I counted, behind me. Although amazingly enough, none of them are Unicron.
Not really.
Well, Well, part of that is because Unicron toys are freaking massive, as to be expected. That new one, the HasLab figure, is so big and so weighty that that it requires a figure stand to stand out properly. And it's also like ludicrously expensive, which is why I don't have it. But the other part of it, okay, I was about to that. Maybe I should stop while I'm ahead, because what I was about to say makes it sound like I'm not a Unicron fan. Okay, I don't hold Unicron to like as much of a high degree as I would like Optimus or Megatron, but I still do I respect him as a villain. He's kind of a big deal, and not just because he's planet sized, but because all in all he is literally just Transformers Satan. Like, not even joking, that's basically what he is. And he's always gonna be like this big monster of a threat in any media that he's in, whether it be the original movie, comics, games, other TV shows, movies. He was literally the final boss in my favorite Transformers game, so smile. Yeah, I don't know what more you want me to say on Unicron. Again, not like one of my favorites out there. Like, definitely not. I don't know. Unicron's always been more of like a presence than a character.
I agree to that.
Which is fine. Like, I'm not like against that. Because again, he's basically Transformers Satan.
Yeah, or he's Transformers' version of Galactus.
Yeah, he's Transformers Galactus. Which I guess leading into Galactus, well, I fancy myself a Marvel fan, but much like Unicron, I never really was like super invested in Galactus as a character. It doesn't help that I haven't really seen a lot of the media he's in. Words. English is my first language, I swear. I don't read a lot of comics, is what I was trying to say. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say.
Yeah, it's English is hard sometimes. I get it.
Yeah. I know he's in Rise of the Silver Surfer. I haven't seen that. I know he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have played that, and I have fought him. That freaking stage-wide energy blast he has really pisses me off. But
gosh, yeah.
But if you have the right setup, if you have the right setup, you can get him. Or you could just equip Virgil and use his like level 1 super and mow down like all of his health. I know he was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes for one episode, where he honestly didn't do a lot, and honestly that's kind of disappointing. That was honestly like, as much as I was enjoying Earth's Mightiest Heroes when I was watching it, that final episode really dropped the ball. Like it was enjoyable enough, but like, yeah, it still had like Earth's Mightiest Heroes like standard formula, which is really good. But I just think that having the big threat be Galactus, especially after dealing with the like having a multi-episode arc of with the villains before that,
the Skrulls.
Yeah, the Skrulls. Doing just one episode with Galactus not a good idea. It'd be like if in like in the MCU, if they just never built up Thanos at all, and then had Infinity War come out and he dies. Like we don't get Endgame, we don't get any of that. We don't get any of the build up to him in previous movies. He just shows up in Infinity War and dies at the end. That's how Galactus is treated. That's basically how Galactus is treated in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And that's about all I got. That's about all I got with Galactus. Anything else he's in? I probably haven't seen it.
Okay, my turn then. I like Bro. I was never heavily invested in Unicron. Now, when I saw him in the Transformers, the movie, the '86 movie, I thought he was fucking awesome. He looked awesome. He sounded awesome. It also helps that he was voiced by one of the greatest actors of that generation, the great Orson Welles. Who, fun fact, he didn't like Unicron.
No, he didn't.
He didn't like. He, and it also doesn't help. When he was recording the lines, he was dying, so they had to use some engineering. They had to tweak his voice to make it sound as good as it did, because that's not what he sounded like without all that heavy audio engineering. But that being said, when Unicron showed up, I was entranced by him, and I loved his voice. I don't know if I can do a good Orson Welles, but I actually did rewatch a clip where we first see him transform, and just hearing him say, "You underestimated me, Galvatron." Just hearing him say that, and then he transforms into the size of a literal planet, transformer, with Galvatron's face being speechless. Like he's looking up at this, and he's like, oh my dear God and Cybertron, what have I done? I just sold my soul to the devil. It was awesome. Like Unicron has never had that kind of presence build up since the movie, at least in my opinion, because literally, it was just so cool. Granted, he was defeated in an underwhelming way, so I really do kind of feel bad that we didn't get more of him. But then again, that movie was already stretching itself and cooking as much as it could with its animation budgets. So I don't blame the animators if they didn't want to do more with him. I mean, for God's sakes, that scene where he transforms from his planet form to his Transformer mode, that alone must have took months and so many animators to do that. So, yeah, I haven't seen anything else with Unicron. I know he is a recurring big presence. He does show up when shit gets real. I know he also, even when he doesn't physically appear, there's still a sense that he's there, mainly with the Machinima Transformers Prime trilogy, where you do get the end where Unicron is there, but he's more there in spirit, because since Megatron was a servant of him, as Galvatron, Unicron still has control over Megatron. He never fully released him. He just gave Megatron the illusion that he did. So knowing that he's that kind of a badass is just so terrifying. He doesn't even have to be there for him to have any kind of awe in his presence. It's like Bro said. He's essentially Transformers' version of the devil. You know he's there. Even if he doesn't show up, he's scary. all of the Transformers fear him. I am happy that they've been trying to get him in more stuff. The Bayverse wanted to have him in the 6th movie. They even built him up as being the literal Earth, and he would transform as a planet, even though that concept was stupid. But it's like, okay, well, let's see. You know it's stupid, but you kind of want to see how they pull it off. But thankfully, that didn't happen, because Transformers 5, it was Transformers 5 that flopped. So, thank God. But I do know he does have a cameo in Rise of the Beast, which I've not seen, but I know he's there. So, just knowing that he's still there and he still has that kind of presence is awesome. Galactus, on the other hand, I have a more broader exposure to. Of course, my first exposure to him was actually in the 90s Fantastic Four series, where he shows up and the Fantastic Four can't take him on. And then all of a sudden, Thor shows up, tries to take him on. He bitch slaps Thor. He basically just bitch slaps him. And then all of a sudden, the second Ghost Rider shows up. He shows up on his motorcycle, and he fucking pennant stairs and takes down Galactus. That was my first impression of him. I thought, oh wow, this guy's kind of cool, but oh wow, he kind of went out like a little bitch. And also, you want to talk about awesome voices? I don't know if Bro knows who Tony J is, but nope. He was an awesome voice. Okay, yeah, I thought so. He's the one who played. Oh my God, what was that character's name in the Hunchback of Notre Dame? He was the dude who took in the Hunchback, Frollo. I cannot. Was his name Frollo? I'm not sure. Anyway, he was an awesome voice actor. He had a great voice, and he gave I was about to say Galvatron. He gave Galactus a dope ass sounding voice. And then after that, I also saw him pop up in other Marvel cartoons. I mainly saw him pop up in the Superhero Squad show. He appeared in that. Yeah.
The Superhero Squad show.
Yes, that was good. He, of course, as Bro said, he did make a underwhelming debut in Earth's Mightiest Heroes for the series finale. So, yeah, there's that. I, of course, did see him in the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer movie as a fucking cloud monster instead of, what he's supposed to be. I also did see... I never played that much of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but of course I know he's in there. He's the main boss in that. I did fight him
with the commanding and booming voice of Jonathan Adams. I had to look that up.
Yes. I did fight him in the Lego Marvel superhero game, and I even unlocked him. He was there, of course. And I also watched an episode of the 90s Tick cartoon that also had their own, which was basically a satire and parody of superhero media. They had their own satirical versions of popular DC and Marvel characters. The Tick did have a parody version of Galactus, and the Tick became his herald after he tried to fix the moon when it got graffitied on by one of his arch nemesis, Chairface Chippendale. Just don't worry about it. Don't question what I'm saying. And he gets blown up, runs into his version of Galactus, and he takes care of him, and he becomes his friend. He does maintenance for him. He cleans out his ears. He picks his toenails. He's a real good butt friend to him. And then his friend wants to eat the Earth. His version of Galactus wants to eat the Earth because that's the thing. He takes it very literally. He literally eats planets like they're food. He doesn't just absorb them through his hands. He picks them up and he eats them. he literally takes a comic bite out of them. But thankfully, the tick saves the Earth. But then he lets his version of Galactus just take a huge comic bite out of the moon before he goes back to where he came from. And of course, lastly, I know that that Marvel Zombies massively disrespected and shat on Galactus when they had all of the Marvel Zombies not only uncomfortably beat the shit and destroy Silver Surfer, but they all became imbued with the power cosmic, and they were able to just take Galactus down and start eating him alive one at a time, even though that's not how that works. So, yeah, I like Galactus. I think he's a cool presence character like Unicron, but he's not my favorite Marvel villain. I actually would say I like Doctor Doom more than him. So, yeah. That's my experience with Galactus. And if the MCU ever does him, I hope that he's done justice. Rumor has it he's supposed to show up, or at least make an appearance in the Fantastic Four MCU movie. But only time will tell.
All right. Well, I think I need to stop going last on these. So, I'll be honest. I don't have the most experience with both these two, and I mean, a lot of the exposure I get from these two comes from versus and versus matchups. Well, okay, not all of it though, because I have played Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have fought Galactus in that game. He was all right. He's an all right boss, and I mean, thanks to Brob, and I do have some experience with Unicron now, thanks to streaming the '86 movie. And I mean, he was threatening. I'm not head over heels for him, but he was an all right villain, and hopefully this episode will get me more invested to him as a villain. I mean, not that of course he was a good villain. It's just that's my only experience from him at the moment. So I mean,
one note.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and I mean, I mean, at the very least, I appreciate them both as villains from what I know of them. It's just I don't have much personal experience myself. Hopefully that'll change in the future, but I mean, we'll see.
I'm just saying, if at any point you want to watch a Transformers show together, I'm there.
Yeah, we need to get on that, but
yeah.
just time. We'll find the time, sure.
Yeah. I mean, after this episode, we'll have quite a break, so.
Yeah.
All
right.
I'm not just saying that because I'm not just saying that because if we get more Transformers characters, you'll have to be more into it. I just want to show more people Transformers.
Yeah, that's fair, and I'm sure one of my friends would appreciate me getting more Transformers build. I'm sure.
Is that
I have a lot.
I'm like, is that too much?
I have a lot.
I just want to expose my friends to Transformers. Is that so wrong?
I mean, you want to expose people to the things you like. I mean, that's not wrong at all, unless you're not. So. Anyway, yes. So, I believe it's production time.
I believe
unless
so. Yes.
Anything else we missed?
Yeah, it is. So.
All right. That pin.
Yeah, that pin. The question people ask is what kind of animation are we gonna get here? Because we just had Goku versus Superman, which was kind of a big deal for especially for a 3D fight. So what the heck is happening? All I can really say is watch the reveal again. With that, watch the reveal again with that question in mind. What animation style are they going for?
Yeah.
It's
live action, right?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's live
It's
action.
going to be 4D. It's going to be fourth dimensional, right?
Yeah, we'll be able to feel it. No, like
Yeah.
when we watch it, the Earth will explode. So I mean, yeah, it'll get well lasted.
No, it is live action. Liam will be playing Galactus. We saw him in the reveal.
God damn.
Okay. Taking the
It is
sarcasm.
3D.
Yeah, taking the sarcasm aside because I don't want to destroy the sarcasm meter. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is 3D. And I've seen a lot of the team behind it say that this episode is basically movie quality.
Ooh.
Well, it kind of has to be.
I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But it is really funny because they mentioned that that was another thing they mentioned in the Q&A. It's like, people asking like, hey, what animation are we getting for Galactus vs. Unicron? And both Liam and Ben were like, you've already seen it.
Apparently.
Liam specifically was like, I know it may look like it's from a movie, but
No, that's the actual. No. Looking back on it, if that is indeed the finished animation, Jumpin' Jiminy Christmas, what in the fuck did they do? What gasoline did they use for this grill?
Yeah.
What kind of? Okay, I'm done with the barbecue metaphors. I'm running out of them.
I mean, even for me, like I've seen like aside from like obviously comics, like as far as like animated media is concerned, I think I've seen like pretty much everything that Unicron is in. And even I was fooled into thinking that like the footage they showed was from some movie or something. Like I thought.
Yeah.
Me. I thought personally that when, like the shots for Unicron were from the game, because there's that scene like after the big reveal of like, oh yeah, Unicron is coming to Cybertron. There's a scene at the base, which is basically the menu screen, of Unicron as like a yellow orangish hologram orbiting around a hologram of Cybertron, emphasizing that yes, your next location is Cybertron, and basically your only objective is save it from Unicron. I thought because Unicron in the reveal is a very bright orange. Maybe that's just the filter they put on it. I don't know. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's from the game or something. No, that's from the fight. That's from the fight we're gonna be watching in a couple of weeks, and I'm just sitting here like, what? Okay. And yeah, it looks insane. Holy shit.
It looks really damn good. Like, oh my gosh, like who the hell?
Okay, yeah. So after looking at it again, I can see I can see it because, yeah, that's straight up that's straight up their own Galactus model.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people are assuming we're like thinking like, is that Galactus model from Fortnite? Because Superman was from Fortnite. I'm like, okay.
No.
Also, I just realized something.
What did you just realize?
We've only had like 2 sprite fights in this later half season. What the hell?
You're right.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, actually, holy shit.
Yeah, no, because the last two sprite fights we had were Bill
Gojo
Cipher
Makima.
and Gojo Makima.
And yeah. Jeez.
Wow.
Hey, they've all been good, but that just hit me like, damn.
Yeah, we've had. So wait a minute, hold on. So we've had 1, 2. We've had 4 3D fights in the rest of this back
in the
half.
second half.
In the
Yep.
second half, yeah.
Eh,
That's a lot. That is.
That's about as much 3D fights as we get in like a regular season.
That's true. Yeah, because we had 1, 2. We had 3.
I guess that's just what happens
And we
when
had 4. We had 4 3D. Oh my god, we had 4 2D fights in the first half, and then we had 3 3D fights in the first half. So yeah, it feels like we just flipped.
So you're telling me in this 16 episode season, we only had 6 sprite episodes?
Yes.
Wow. That's weird.
Wow. That feels weird. I'm okay with it.
And then you stack on the 2 back-to-back hand-drawn fights we had also in this. So, granted, we've had less hand-drawn fights than sprite or 3D fights, but the fact that we've had more 3D fights compared to the 2D fights, that kind of says a lot. Because usually we only get a finite number of 3D fights. We only get like what, 4 3D fights a season?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
But fuck that. Season 10 is just like, nah, throw that shit out the window. It's all 3D fights. The Blender team, Devil Artemis, and the Maya / Rooster Teeth department really have been cooking.
Indeed.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we do know it is going to be a 3D fight, and we already have our first idea of what Galactus is going to look like. So I am curious to see what model they're going to be using for Unicron.
I mean, we do.
Or
see
if they.
I mean, we do see his planet mode, but
Yeah, but if they made both these models, then Jesus Christ.
do you think we're gonna?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we have to. Do you think we're gonna get a non-screen transformation?
If we do, that's gonna look so fucking epic. They're definitely going to use the '86 movie as inspiration for how Unicron transforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So voice acting then, because Galactus and Unicron can talk.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, okay. Shit. Okay. All right. We need actors with booming, commanding voices.
Mm.
My first thought was Edward Bosco.
That would be appropriate, actually. I mean, Edward played Darkseid, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, like,
and Darkseid.
His voice is like specifically like true Darkseid is what's coming to my mind.
I think he could be a good Galactus. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but Stephen Kelly was also coming to mind, but I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's mostly
I honestly don't think they're gonna get the GOAT Tom Show
Probably
in
not.
this. I'm done with that. I don't think his voice is that booming.
I think it could be, but just.
There's Billy, there's Liam. I think Billy could maybe do it.
Maybe. Yeah.
I can see it.
There's maybe Kaiji Tang. He could do a good Unicron.
I can believe
Yeah.
it.
Maybe.
There's okay. How funny would this? How kind of ironic would this be? What if they got Jason Markanoka as Unicron?
It's like poetry.
It rhymes. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of other male actors that have that kind of commanding voice.
Or do you guys know of anyone who maybe like I don't know, like with the Doctor's voice act, like maybe they played him in like fan projects that you know of, maybe?
I
Trying to
don't
think.
know.
No.
I don't
No.
know.
The closest I can think of, and since they didn't do this for Megatron, they're probably not going to do it for Unicron, is Jonathan LaPoe from the War for Cybertron trilogy. But
Yeah,
considering they didn't get Jason for
I mean-
Megatron, I kind of doubt they'd get John for Unicron.
Yeah, no. It,
I
I
don't know.
would like to say it's. Yeah, I would. Okay.
Honestly, I think I'm more inclined to say that it's probably someone who hasn't been in Death Battle before.
Probably, yeah.
yeah.
My only other option, because he does have a booming voice, because he can do multiple different voices. I was gonna throw back in. It's just some random guy. He can do it. Like he is.
can.
He's got it. He's
Oh no, I believe you.
But nah, I don't think so. So yeah, it's either gonna be someone we know, or it's gonna be an unknown. But yeah, probably most likely it could be Edward. It could be Edward as Galactus, or even better, what if he kind of just does like a combination of his Magneto and True Darkseid voice? I think that could fit him very well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because when I think of a Galactus voice, my mind immediately goes to Jonathan Adams, like I said from Marvel vs. Capcom. That's like my go-to Galactus voice. And then Unicron, obviously Orson Welles. It's so funny that Orson Welles was just like he totally phoned in his performance as Unicron in the '86 movie, but it's also like super fitting because Unicron already is kind of like a uncaring nihilist. So
Yes.
like giving the role to someone who just doesn't care about what he's doing, is actually kind of fitting.
There you go.
So yeah, I don't know.
And we say all this, and it's just Tom Shaw for both of them. Watch.
And then I guess as far as the soundtrack goes, I mean, hey, look, another commission track turned official.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Now will it sound anything like that in the episode? I don't freaking know.
Who knows?
I don't know if I get hopes up for vocals this time around, but I guess it's like, I mean, the '86 movie is chock full of vocal music, so, I guess I wouldn't like throw it completely to the wayside, you know? I wouldn't throw that idea out completely. But I imagine this one's gonna be a bit more of like a darker, more cinematic track than what we're used to. At least that's just what I picture. That's what the commission track is, basically. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, at this point, the track could be basically anything. I don't know. Oh, did we forget to mention that Liam is directing this episode? Because
Yes, we did actually.
He did.
Yeah, the first finale that's not
It's not directed by
Um,
Ben. That's weird.
Not directed by Ben.
Oh.
That is weird.
Ben directed Goku versus Superman, so that's pretty much it.
Yep.
That's the end of his directing for this season.
I mean, hey, good way to go out on. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do we mention
Who's
stuff?
researching?
Do I even mention that? Have you noticed that we haven't?
No, we did.
Have you noticed that we haven't talked about who's researching who in recent episodes?
Yeah, we have.
I'm not gonna get too far into it, but I'm just gonna say right here, right now, there's a reason why. It's not exactly something, not exactly cool. So,
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Actually, do we know who's editing this one? Is it just assumed to be a DJ one? Or DJ duo?
I think it's DJ this time around.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen Max say anything about it yet. So,
Mhm.
then again, I don't like. I'm not like eyeing his Twitter every day, so I don't know.
No, that's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, even at this point, I'm only eyeing DJ's Twitter more often than I used to because sooner or later we're gonna get an update on that goddamn cipher wheel.
That's right. I'm very curious.
This is it. This is the last episode. So at this point, there's nothing holding DJ back.
Yep. But on that note, actually, I mean, even though it's probably gonna, knowing our luck, it's probably gonna get revealed beforehand. But what is this on the cipher wheel? Because I genuinely do not know.
I have
I have a good idea of what it could be, but
well, as far as I was concerned, the only symbol left after Goku vs Superman was the suits.
I do not think it's this.
Which it is not.
Well, I mean, the suits could also be like a symbol for like the big boss kind of thing, which is what Galactus and Unicron are.
I guess. I see that.
I want to say it's the pentagram.
All right, so we all have different answers. Good to know for what it could be. So that's fun.
But one of us should ask DJ one of these days.
I mean, hopefully he'll do a video on it. I hope that it'll be a video for like people to watch.
There'll probably be like a Twitter post or something.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm kind of convinced this is the Skull and Crossbones. Just because, you know, they bring death. Like, these two bring death wherever they go. You know, they eat planets with life on them and kill them. I don't know. That makes sense to me. I mean, from what I understand, I do understand why it could be the pentagram. Because, I mean, Brub said it before, Unicron is Transformer Satan. So,
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's still kind of stretching it, because like Unicron isn't a demon.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
just because they're not demons, it doesn't mean they don't have demonology. Doesn't. Okay, the pentagram isn't always associated with demons. It can be associated with other things. Yeah. The end of the world is now destruction, and the end of the fucking world is a good place. Just saying. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should wrap up soon.
Yes, we should. All
right. Well.
All right. Who be winning?
Who's winning?
I don't want to make look. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I've never been the expert on these two when it comes to a versus topic or debate.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
I do know both are capped at multiversal.
They might even be higher than that. Okay, so here's the weird thing. So, it's less weird the more you think about it. But obviously the weird thing is going to be like, well, what was the treatment for Megatron? So Unicron is a very interesting transformer to bring into a versus debate because, basically, I mean, this has been recently retconned, but I'm like pretty confident they're gonna go through with this anyway. Is that basically every version of Unicron that you see, it's not like Optimus, or it's not like I guess let's use like Superman as like an example. It's like all the comic versions of Superman are basically the same character, which they say in his episode, but like all like the video games and the movies and all the TV shows and whatnot, those are different. Those are like different universes, different characters. They're not like tied into the comics like at all. Transformers follows a similar approach, except for Unicron, and Primus, but Primus isn't here, so not the point. Unicron, like basically every version of Unicron is the same character in some way. Unicron is a being that basically exists in every like universe, every multiverse. Like he's a multiversal being, is what I'm trying to say. He's an entity that exists basically everywhere. Like all the like if you look at every version of Optimus, obviously they're all different people. They're all different characters. Like you're not gonna get like G1 Optimus and Unicron Trilogy Optimus are not the same person. Unicron is, which is weird. Which basically means that this episode is basically going to be covering pretty much all of the Transformers mythos.
Yeah.
So strap yourselves in. And that leads to a lot of interesting notes.
Yeah.
Where do I start? Well, okay. Well, obviously his main gimmick is that he eats planets, so you know he's way bigger than a planet. That's a reference to a trailer. If you get it, then you're a real one. Congratulations, you're a Transformers fan. I think some of like the more like important ones. Well, okay, there's one. Okay, well, from the movie, it's basically stated that the only thing that can defeat Unicron is the Matrix. And this is basically proven by pretty much everything that isn't the Matrix having like no effect on him. A self-destruct sequence that destroyed one of Cybertron's moons. Nah, he still ate that shit anyway. Blasts from all angles, including from Galvatron. Child's play. Piss in the wind. It was only the Matrix that was able to take him down for good, and even then, he still lived on as a floating head. Yes, really. Obviously he couldn't do much without a body, but he was still alive, so there's that, I guess. Another important note is from Armada. I finally get to mention Armada on this goddamn podcast. This is okay. Probably hyperbole, and it's from the dub, which you take that how you will. It's from Armada, not Micron Legends. Unicron basically says that as long as hatred exists, he will remain impervious to attack. And all the attacks that like the Autobots and Decepticons throw at him and that, they do damage to him, but he just like patches that shit up easy. Because again, he will just he will just always exist as long as hate exists, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
And even like Armada wraps up with they have the final battle between Optimus and Megatron, who I guess was Galvatron at the time, but it was basically the same character just with the new color scheme, smile. And it ends with Galvatron basically plunging himself into Unicron so that he would cease to exist, because he would also be fueled by the conflict between the Autobots and Decepticons, which Megatron wanted to keep going, because in his mind, if they don't continue it, then everything they've done up until that point would be pointless. But he ends that battle with Optimus by basically just like cutting himself loose from Optimus and plunging into Unicron, and when he quote unquote dies, Unicron basically like ceases to exist. And then Energon came out and was like, oh yeah, he's still alive and Megatron's still alive. He gets revived as Megatron. Have I mentioned that I don't like Energon? I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember how they take him out in Energon, but they do, and that's a weird thing. So so I mentioned, so the Unicron trilogy consists of Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. Cybertron opens with basically Unicron's death causes a black hole that threatens to destroy the entire universe. Yeah.
Fun.
Yes, I'm being serious. And the only way they were able to stop it was by reviving Primus, who's like, if Unicron is Satan, then Primus is God. And basically unleashing his full power into the black hole, which destroys it. But that black hole is basically the threat of the entire series. It's basically what we're supposed to be fighting alongside, obviously, the Decepticons. So yeah. I know in one of the comics also, Unicron basically like erases the entire, like he basically like erases like the entire multiverse so that only he remains or something. I don't remember. It's basically like a white void, pretty much. And there's just Unicron in this planet mode, just floating along, as you do. And then the last thing I want to bring up, it's from Prime. It's also in the War for Cybertron games, but it's mostly from Prime. A little concept called Dark Energon. Basically, as legend has it, Dark Energon is basically Unicron's lifeblood. And when crystallized, as Energon is, not only can it like empower people like it did to like Megatron and Starscream, it can resurrect dead Transformers into basically zombies. And to anyone that isn't infused with the stuff, basically prolonged exposure leads to it basically makes everybody weaker. It basically depowers anybody through enough prolonged exposure Whereas anybody, and eventually they'll just die from overexposure. It's in a sense it's kind of like Superman's weakness to kryptonite. Obviously it's not like it's an overtime thing, of course, but it's still a problem. Like there's an episode where basically all the Autobots plus Megatron travel to Earth's core because that's what spoiler alert, apparently in Prime, Unicron is just literally Earth's core. Like not even like he's not like in it, it's not like he's like possessed it or anything. No. When he was defeated by Primus and the 13 Primes, basically all the legendary Primes that preceded Optimus, he was cast out, floated along in space for however long, and I mean, you all know the scientific explanation for how Earth came to be. So now just imagine Unicron at the very dead center. Like,
Yes.
they make it a point. Unicron's not in the Earth's core, he is the Earth's core.
Okay.
So they jump in there and prolonged exposure, because the Earth's core is basically just dark energon. That's basically what it is. And it weakens one of the Autobots to the point that they almost like pass out in the middle of battle. And almost just fall off the bridge that they're fighting on and die. So yeah, bad stuff. So you may be wondering, all this time I brought up Unicron. How does the Galactus even stand a chance against that? It's a multiversal being, with like power sapping blood, and can only really be defeated if hate no longer exists. As well as I didn't get into speed, but basically everything speed related I said about Megatron applies here. Do we want to talk about the Ultimate Nullifier?
Oh boy. I think we should, even if we don't want to.
So, admittedly, I'm not an expert, but from what I gathered,
Neither am I.
The Ultimate Nullifier is essentially anti-multiversal threat. Like it's basically a screw you to big multiversal energy.
Fun.
Yeah.
And it's like hold on. It is time to consult the Googles. Okay, Marvel database, because this is gonna be the most reliable source of information. Let's see. It's weapon. No shit. Universe's most devastating weapon. As such, Ultimate Nullifier has the ability to completely and utterly eliminate any target the wielder chooses, through violation of the law of conservation of mass. I can English, I swear. And if the wielder's mind isn't powerful enough, the wielder themselves. So basically, if Galactus isn't powerful enough, the Ultimate Nullifier could just kill himself. But obviously he is, because he literally carries it in his body.
Yeah.
So,
That might be important.
So, yeah, fun times. Ornelli has the power to at least destroy a universe in the hands of a being with an extremely powerful intellect, such as Galactus. The Ultimate Nullifier can destroy entire timelines from beginning to end, or instantly nullify and paradoxically recreate a multiverse.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Cool.
So fun.
And then, of course, as you all are no doubt aware of how bullshit powerful Marvel higher-ups are, Galactus is what's considered Skyfather tier. basically a level above heralds. So like, I guess the best example I can come up with are Celestials. Like the Celestials are Skyfather tier. So like, you know, Odin. I guess yeah, that's fitting because Galactus himself is a Celestial. I forgot.
No.
So like, you know, Odin, Franklin Richards. I mean, we just had the Silver Surfer. I feel like that gives you some idea.
Yes.
I should probably do some digging because I've also heard of like Lifebringer. I've heard that term thrown around before. From everything I've gathered, and again, it could be wrong. I'm googling it now. Is that it's basically because I think I mentioned this when we were talking about Silver Surfer, but Galactus isn't really the one-note villain you might think he is.
Nah.
He
He at least compared to 30 years ago, now he's kind of more nuanced.
Yeah. It's more so.
So
right now, it's more so a case of like Galactus still does like go after like he does still go after planets. You know, he does still like eat planets, but but nowadays he more so does it as a means of like he's being compelled to infuse dead planets with life. Okay. I wish Wikipedia would be more organized with what is Lifebringer. Anyways, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that like one of the bigger things for Galactus that they brought up in previous episodes is just it's his battle with Mephisto.
Yep.
Like his like just the thought of them battling threatened Marvel's multiverse.
Oh dear.
Like I think they even mentioned it for Thor, with the God Blast. That Galactus threatens Marvel's infinite multiverse with destruction just as a side effect of his battles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I kind of wish I did more digging on this because I'm not really exactly getting the best idea of where this fight goes. I think the best way to look at it is that it seems to me like Galactus threatens like Marvel's infinite multiverse. Like he threatens basically infinity.
I think that's the best way you can put it.
Whereas Unicron doesn't. He threatens Transformers like multiverse, yeah, but it's more. I don't know how to describe it. I always was under the impression that Transformers cosmology was infinite size, but I guess I was wrong, or maybe there's something else going on. I don't know, but Unicron's a lot more finite compared to Galactus. And it sounds like I think the main thing is that well, okay, the whole thing about like hate, like as long as hate exists, for one, that could be hyperbole. For two, that's a pretty massive no limits fallacy. Okay, well, I guess to give Unicron his due, I think in general, you know, stats aside, I think Unicron is just in general harder to put down. Because of that whole thing. Like you can kill Galactus. Heck, they even mention it. The God Blast is a huge threat to the guy. Whereas with Unicron, in a sense, it kind of harkens back to Dark Souls versus Skyrim in the sense that, like, you can kill Galactus and that would be it. You can't do that with Unicron. The problem, though, is that Unicron is basically exactly what the Ultimate Nullifier was created to destroy. The Ultimate Nullifier, basically is like I said earlier, is a no-you to multiversal threats. Unicron is a multiversal being. That's what he is. That's his whole point. So... Okay, I wish I could I wish I could like go into this in more detail, but I don't really have a lot of notes in front of me. I'm going with Galactus. As much as I want to go with Unicron because it's the Transformers dub, and I can definitely see an argument to be made for him to win, but Galactus just seems like the safer bet. So I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Galactus too, mostly because of the Ultimate Nullifier and the fact that and because he also can scale to the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then finally we covered this. We did cover this in Megatron versus Frieza, but Marvel's cosmology and universe are way bigger and dwarf anything that the Transformers cosmology has. Like, even if we take into account a single Transformers continuity, Unicron being able to be a multiversal, ever-present threat in all of them is pretty impressive, but the shit that Galactus does in his own continuity kind of just dwarfs anything Unicron can do. Like, Unicron isn't destroying the whole multiverse every single time he shows up. And there's also the fact that I think, Unicron is, he's not, because of his massive size, he's not that much, he very much relies on a very certain set of weapons, whereas Galactus has legitimate powers that are on the level of gods. And I also think the Ultimate Nullifier just gives him a further boost since he always has it inside of his body. And it's just a matter of, look, you cannot, like, Marvel and DC characters are pretty much near unstoppable. And Galactus is literally the top dog of the Marvel universe. It legitimately takes all of the Avengers, all of the X-Men, the Defenders. It takes all of Marvel's pantheon and Silver Surfer to even stand up to this guy. So, yeah. I'm sticking with Galactus too. Sorry, Unicron. I know it would be cool if they had done this fight before, like if they had done this fight 8-10 years ago, I think there would have been a case for Unicron winning, but Marvel Comics just continue to be more chaotic and just throw logic out the fucking window. Maybe if this was Marvel Zombies Galactus, where he literally went down like a punk bitch by zombies imbued with the power cosmic, maybe then Unicron would stand a chance. But then again, that's just one tiny iteration of Galactus, and Marvel Zombies is not meant to be taken seriously. It's not canon. So yeah. Sorry, Transformers fans. I have more Marvel bias than Unicron bias. So Give me Galactus.
Yeah, based on everything I'm hearing. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'll save it for
Based
later.
on everything. Okay. Based on everything I'm hearing, yeah, it does sound like just Galactus is just superior in most ways. Just the ultimate nullifier just kind of sounds like just like like the ultimate trump card for Unicron. So I mean, and plus if he's just stronger in general, I mean, I don't think it matters if like I mean he's gonna take him down eventually, and so I mean, yeah, I mean. Sounds like I'm definitely going with Galactus here. But I mean, hey, it could be surprised, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Galactus.
Sure. It's funny. We started this season with the Marvel W. Feels like we're going to end it with the Marvel W.
We started with the small, and now we're getting the big.
Yes.
It's funny. You know,
That's
it's
good.
funny.
That's funny.
You might even say that the end comes from what begins.
There you go. I'm excited. I'm just excited to see this live up to the 13-year hype. And I'm excited to see this season end off strong. I legitimately think this is going to most definitely make up for Gogeta versus Vegeta last season. So yeah, let's end this season on a high note.
I'm just
Heck
happy
yeah.
we're getting Transformers again. Honestly, like even
Yes.
if Unicron loses, like honestly, I think I'm more okay with this than I was with seeing Megatron lose, because at least with Megatron, I had the hope in my mind that I could convince people that Megatron wins, and since he didn't, I was kind of torn up about it. But since I'm more convinced on Unicron losing this fight, I think I'm more like just ready to just accept it at this point. So yeah.
I mean, hey, if he does win, pleasant surprise.
True. Yeah. Oh man, the upset if he does win.
Oh boy. Well, yeah.
I've kind of worked under the assumption for like the past few years now that Galactus just wins, and I have yet to see anything that convinces me otherwise. So yeah, let's just get this done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Speaking of let's just get this done, a bit of a thing we teased last time.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, we have time, and even like I don't. I mean, I can go on for a little while longer.
Yeah. Truth be told, I don't think this should take too terribly long, but we'll see.
We'll see. So,
All right.
ZDogg,
All right. So,
this is your big moment.
all right. So, for the first time in this podcast history, I have a game. I have a game we can play. Yeah, a little fun thing before the end of the season. Finally. All right. So, I'm sure you guys have, I'm sure you guys, with your creative little minds, have come up with like things for your favorite matchups. Like how the fight could go, how the script could go, how the song could go. But recently, I think for like the past year or so, like a trend has been going on in my friend group where we give each other score names for matchups that we want to, well, just in general, but on some we want to see. And we have a little guessing game to see if you can see what matchup correlates with what name I've given them. So I have a list of score names, or just names, whatever you want to call them, for matchups, and I'm gonna have you and Jedi, or just you if Jedi leaves, which whatever. For a few matchups I like all of these. I'd say I'd consider I like, so should be fun.
All right.
All right. I have 12 just because I didn't know how many you would have time for. All right, and I will be posting it, and I will say I will give you a hint. I will be allowing you to ask questions about it, like, oh, is okay? Well, maybe not the series. So like, I will be allowing questions if like you have a few and like, oh, I just don't know what it is, or like you can ask for hints from me, or like for genres and stuff. So
Okay.
I will be if you get to it, I will say, oh, this is a gaming versus anime manga match, or a whatever versus whatever match. So hopefully I explained the rules well. And if not, oh well. I'm sure you guys will catch on pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So are you all ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
All right.
Sure.
Posting in 3, 2, 1, go. And
Oh
hopefully this
God.
will be on screen. Hopefully this will be on screen for y'all to guess.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to put this on screen.
Yeah. No, I'll just screenshot it.
Oh God. Okay, I think I could guess Necrosomicon.
What you got?
Is that Denji versus Ash?
That is the Ash.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Ascending
Don't
Infinity. Ascending Infinity. That's Dio and Ultron. That's Heaven Ascension Dio versus Infinity Ultron.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Still such a cool match.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I'll let Richard guess one before I move on.
Middling anger management. Mm.
Oh God, your laughter. With your laughter, I wonder if I know what that is. But I'm not gonna
Sorry,
say it.
I'm trying.
I'm not gonna say it.
Is this Nostalgia Critic an angry video gamer?
Nope.
Anger management? Is it a YouTuber?
It is not.
Damn it. Is it Hulk and...
Does it feature an anime character?
Yeah.
It does not.
Oh, well then my
Does
guess
it
was wrong.
feature- Am I on the right track? Does it feature a Marvel character?
It does not.
Shit!
For some of these, can I guess a character just to narrow it down a little bit more?
Sure.
Okay, is Unchained Vengeance Ghost Rider?
Damn it! I was gonna say.
Well, it is not. So you're safe.
Okay.
Wait. Is it Scorpion?
It is Scorpion versus Scorpion.
Oh,
Is it Scorpion versus? Oh my God, the character from
Kurapika.
from Kurapika.
Yeah. It is Kurapika versus Scorpion.
All right.
Yeah. Woo! We both got that right.
Yeah, there you go. Work together, teamwork.
As soon as you
Let's
said,
go.
As soon as you said Scorpion, I was like, oh, okay, I know what that is.
This punk your chums.
Do any of these have a YouTuber in them?
No.
Okay.
Wait, Judgment Clay? Is that a claymation character?
One of them is.
Is it Jack Skellington?
Nope.
Um, is it?
A sidekick tail, is that Tails and Coco?
It's Tails, but it's not Coco.
Oh, okay. Who else? Who else is Tails? It's not Luigi, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, good. I was like, please don't be Luigi.
Nah.
Is it Donnie?
Prime.
Is it who? Oh, Donnie?
Donatello.
Donatello? No. No.
I'm gonna be stuck on that one for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, well, I will not. I won't. I'll try not to say anything unless you guys want me. Let's go back.
Judgment Clay. I'm still trying to figure out.
You know, I
You
don't.
saved one of them.
You know, both Mark of the Beast and Prime for the Hunt have made me think of like Optimus Primal,
Yeah.
but
Well,
This is
You
one of
made-
them Optimus Prime. I'm Optimus Primal versus X.
which one?
Prime for the Hunt. Oh, because Maverick Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Prime for the Hunt. Yeah, because Maverick Hunter and yeah. So that one is Mega Man
I get
versus
it
Optimus.
now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my guess for middling anger management because I know it's wrong?
All right, go for it. And if it's right,
Well, I know it's not because I asked if it was an anime. I asked if an anime character was involved, and you said no. I was gonna get Squidward versus Bakugo.
that's a good guess.
Just
And
when,
you know what?
when
You know what?
Richard when Richard was like guessing on that one, and I could just hear you like chuckling in the background, I'm like, oh, I think I know what that is.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You did guess it, so I will help you. It actually does feature Squidward, but it's not against Bakugo.
Is it Benson?
Say that again?
Is it Benson?
Benton.
Benson, yes. It is Benson, yes.
Okay.
Damn it.
I will say I find that one clever because middle management and anger management.
Oh. Gotcha.
Judgment Clay. I'm trying to think what Judgment Clay.
that one's a bit silly, and I don't think it's been requested for death, but I'll just say that.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yeah, that narrows it down.
Yeah, because that one's a bit trickier.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the list while Richard figures that out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Mark of the Beast. What genre should I be looking at?
That is a comic book versus anime manga.
Is it DC or Marvel related?
Neither.
Is it
Is it Boros
from
and
an
Battle
independent
Beast?
comic?
It is not Boros Battle Beast. Richard, what did you say?
Is it IDW?
No.
Is it Invincible?
It's from
It's Invincible versus
It is
Gohan,
Invincible.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beast Gohan. God damn it.
Fine, Mark. Yeah.
um,
I'm clever.
okay, please. Fist pump your chums.
Is that Plankton?
No.
Okay.
Is it
I don't know that.
chums? Fist pump. I've only guessed one of these right.
What genre?
No, you got
Give me the genre.
you got Prime for fist bump.
Yeah.
That is a double gaming.
Oh.
Wait. Game. It's games.
Double gaming. So it's gaming versus gaming.
Is it Parappa the Rapper?
No.
That's a fun guess, though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I ask what kind of games?
Yeah.
It might
that?
give it away, but I can. It is platformer versus shooter.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that actually doesn't give it away.
Wait, is it a first-person shooter?
Yeah, technically, actually don't know. I mean, I think it would be considered FPS. Yeah.
Is it? It's not Doom Guy. Obviously, is it Wolfenstein?
No. And if you need any more hints, let me know.
You were just like, you are seriously enjoying the sheer confusion, aren't you?
Yep, that's what I love about these sometimes. So
Okay, I'm gonna go down. I want to go down all the way. Glory of Gold, is that Wario?
no,
Okay.
Is it Mr. Krabs versus Scrooge McDuck?
you got yeah, it is Mr. Krabs or Scrooge McDuck.
okay.
There you go, you got it. Yeah,
Gold, gold, gold and glory, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, stupid guess. Fist bump your chums. Is it Cuphead?
No,
Okay, I thought so. Just had to ask.
Is the hero spirit, does that involve two superheroes from a comic or anime?
no.
I'm still trying to figure out what could Judgment Clay be.
Would you like a hint on that one?
Sure.
All right. Well, hold on. I actually need to check what one of these. Actually, you know what? I'll give one, but it's not about the genres. But I will give you genres as well.
Okay.
All right. So this is a match that was done by another versus show.
Well, that helps narrow it down.
I believe you watched the show, so I hope it would.
Have I watched the show?
I do not know, bro.
Wait, I watched the show or bro watched it?
I'm pretty sure you have, Richard. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have. And as for the genres, I need to actually check real quick.
What do you mean? What do you mean you have to check this?
Okay.
I feel like you should just know that.
It is a movie versus a cartoon character.
Okay.
And a reminder, it does feature a claymation character.
Is it the Lego? Is it Emmett versus? Oh my!
Emmett's not Clay, so that's.
Damn it!
I'm gonna take another wild stab at the Tails opponent. Is it Bentley from Sly Cooper?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Wait a minute. Is Hero Spirit lose versus Anne?
No.
Damn it!
Well, the fact that you haven't gone any further than that, I'm gonna assume none of these are Luz versus Anne.
No, bro. Nope.
Okay. On your mark, light. When did the movie come out? Can I have a hint on when it came out?
You mean for Judgment Clay? I haven't given.
Yeah, Judgment Clay. When did the movie come out?
1991. For the 1990s.
Wait a minute. And you said it's not Jack Skellington.
Nope.
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas did not come out in 1991, so.
No, that was 92. Shit. Wait a minute. Shit.
Am I allowed to ask what genre of movies they are, or the one is, I guess. Are they both movies, or did I just make that up?
No, one of them is a movie. One of them is a cartoon series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What year did the cartoon come out?
That's a good question.
Which one of them is the claymation?
The cartoon one.
Like the cartoon one is the claymation?
Yes.
God
So
damn it.
God, he says I've seen it, but it's like
Okay, to be fair, I don't know if you have, but you might have, so I apologize.
no, it's well that assumes like it's not Wallace and Gromit because that's the only other claymation characters that I know of. No, they didn't have anything back then.
Oh wait, no. I said you might have seen the show that did the Versus show that did this.
Wait, it's not okay. Is the Versus show that did this? Was it Max's show?
One of them.
Okay.
Max did more than one show.
Was it multi? Yeah, he had one show. Wait, so was it multiverse? Shit.
Multiverse match, I think, is the term you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you. Was it that did it? Damn it.
Nope. You might be forgetting one show though.
Shit.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up one. Remind me of all the hints you gave for Fist Bump Your Chums.
It is a double gaming.
Platformer versus
And
shooter.
It's a shooter, yeah. Yeah.
I was guess Skullgirls, but that's a fighting game, so. Are any one without telling me which one, are any one of these Skullgirls?
Oh, wait, Max had a Versus show.
No. Okay.
No, none of the ones that are left are Skullgirls.
Okay.
So
That's surprising. Coming.
wait a minute. Is it Galaxy Grudge Match that are you talking about? Is that it? He has that's his own other show.
Yep,
Okay,
I am. So
Okay, alright.
I don't think you're allowed to like Google search that.
Okay, alright. Hold on.
well, if you can't get it by the time everyone else, I'll let you. But for now, yeah, let's not.
Shit.
Would you like another hint? If you want, I can give you another hint on
Yeah.
Fist Bump Your Chums while the other one is.
Richard, why don't we focus on Fist Bump Your Chums for the time being?
Fine.
Okay, yes, other hint, go.
It has been discussed on this podcast before.
Wait a minute.
What's up?
No. Wait. Judgment Clay. It's the T1000 versus Gumby.
Yep. It is Gumby versus the T1000.
Woo!
What?
Because he said 1991. I was like, okay, movie. It's like, yeah, and then Clay, and so I was like, okay, it's got to be Terminator. So okay, and then I'm like, I cheated and I just went through all of Galaxy Grudge Match. I was like, wait a minute,
Freaking cheater.
I don't
whatever.
care.
Okay, dude, for that, if I think that one was a trickier one, so it's whatever.
All right, fair. All right, all right, Fist Bump Your Chums. You were gonna give us another hint, but it's a platformer video game versus a shooter game. We got that.
Yes. It is. We have actually talked about it on this podcast before. In an alternate segment, in a bonus segment.
Was this back when we did the like find a match for this franchise.
Maybe. Yes.
Oh. Okay. So the only platformer we discussed there was Sonic. Is it okay? It's the Avatar, isn't it? Like it's the rookie.
Yeah, rookie / Avatar.
Who did we put him? What we didn't put him. We put him against the Inklings, right?
Yep.
No, it's Avatar Inklings or it's Avatar what's his name? The character from Sunset Overdrive.
Well, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that because it is Inkling.
Okay, cool.
And it was the player, yeah. But no, it's Avatar versus Inkling. The player.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So no, Avatar Inkling.
Okay.
Fifth from Sonic Forces, and then like
as soon as
Splatoon has a lot of like sea life. Splatoon has a lot of sea life puns. So
as soon as I remembered, like, yeah, we talked about a platformer before. We talked about it with Sonic. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I'm like fist bump. Oh.
There you go. You got it. And then Chum's Sea Life Splatoon.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still stumped.
So you guys are doing pretty good.
I'm still stumped on who Tails is fighting.
All right. Would you like to get a hint on that first?
Sure.
It is another gaming character.
That's helpful because almost every character I've mentioned for Tails up until this point is a video game character.
Yeah.
Very much so. All right. Well, would you like another hint alongside that?
Might as well.
No, this helps. This series, who this character originates from, has been on the show, but the character has not.
Okay.
That makes sense, right? Okay.
Yeah. It's a returning franchise, not a returning fighter.
Not a returning. Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot more entertaining than I thought it would be, honestly.
We got look.
Yeah, I mean,
We literally have one more. We have two more.
No, you have two more, and then you need to guess who Tails.
Wait a minute. On the mark.
Mm-hmm.
On the mark. Does that involve a car death battle?
A car?
Yeah, like, is it a racing matchup?
No.
Shit. On the mark.
Did you say what genre that Tails is upon? Oh, you said it's another video game character, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I have a hint for On the Mark?
On the Mark, it is a comic versus comic matchup.
Is it Marvel or DC?
Yes.
Is it Moon Knight Azrael?
Nope.
Damn.
Wait a minute. On the Mark. Is it Punisher versus Red Hood?
No.
Shit. What genre are they from Marvel and DC? What's the genre? What?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm looking it up right now, though. I got you.
Are they okay? Well, here's one. Are they anti-heroes, heroes, or supervillains?
I believe they are anti-heroes. Anti-heroes, yeah.
Is one of them Jonah Hex?
No.
Damn it.
Oh wait. Okay. No. Okay. I don't know if this helps, but one of them, to my knowledge, one of them is an anti-hero. One of them's a straight-up villain.
Well, I imagine one of them is named Mark.
No, I'm not that clever. I'm not gonna do that twice.
I know you're not. I'm not asking that. I'm just saying. I'm just telling Richard. Like, I imagine. So try to go through every Marvel and DC character you know of that's named Mark.
Okay, no, don't do that.
Okay.
I'm saying that's right now. That's not what it's referring to.
Okay.
So one of them's an anti-hero and the other one's a villain?
Yes, to my knowledge.
Wait. Is it Sandman versus Clayface?
No.
Is it Killer Croc and the Lizard?
No.
It's not Mysterio versus Scarecrow, is it?
No.
I was thinking that, but no.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Here's a hint. Maybe this will help narrow it down.
Mhm.
Which one of the villains is the villain? Which hero in either Marvel or DC is this villain an arch nemesis of? Or what rogues gallery do they belong to for the hero? Is
That
it
might-
Batman, Spider-Man?
I might give it away for the anti-hero. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, what about the villain? What?
The villain is okay. Apparently, it's an enemy to the Punisher.
Wait a minute.
I didn't know the Punisher had
Is
villains.
it? Yeah. Is it Bullseye?
God
versus,
damn it.
It's Deadshot. Bullseye versus Deadshot.
There you go. You got it.
God damn it. Okay,
Yeah,
as soon as I was like, I don't remember the Punisher having a villain, and then my mind immediately went to Bullseye, and I was like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, you guys might want to think on the marks, like, they're accurate.
Yeah. I gotcha. I get it now. Okay, for the Tails for Tails' opponent, how recent is the franchise that Tails' opponent is from? Like, as far as like how recent what blah, okay, words are hard. How recent is this franchise's debut to Death Battle? Like, when was their first episode around the time?
It was season 1.
Season
we're
1.
And we're sure it's not Luigi. I guess Luigi's been in Death Battle already. Never mind.
Yes.
I'm very sure it's not Luigi.
They went season 1 of Death Battle. Season 1 of Death Battle. Wait.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
the franchise appears season 1 of Death Battle.
So it's a character that's been on before and was on.
No, the franchise has been on before. This character hasn't.
Alright,
And it is
hold
a video
on,
game character.
hold on.
What genre of video game should we be looking at? Actually, you know what?
Platformer.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Platformers.
Platformer? Okay.
wait. Is it Riptor?
No.
Riptor's been on Death Battle before, my guy.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. No. The character. This character has not been on, but the franchise has. So think of. So that might be. So
And
if you
this
try to
was-
narrow down the franchise, maybe that'll help first.
Okay, wait. And you said this franchise appeared in season 1.
This franchise made its first episode in season 1. And actually, maybe it would help if.
Wait a minute. Is it Zitz from Battletoads? Wait, no, not. Is it Battletoads?
No.
Is it?
I will say, because it sounds like you guys are struggling, this franchise has appeared multiple times. This is a multiple time franchise. And
Is it Mario?
it is a character from Mario.
Is it Yoshi?
Wait, what? Yoshi's been on Death Battle, dude.
Sorry. Damn it.
The character has
Alright,
not
alright,
been.
alright. I'm sorry. I missed that. Okay. So it's a Mario franchise. Okay.
Who is
Hey,
Tails?
it's a Mario character that has not been on the show.
Is it Bowser
God dang it.
Jr.?
No.
Okay. I thought so. I just had to make sure. Who in Mario
Okay.
is suggested?
Wait, is it Waluigi?
No.
Damn it! All right. Mario, Luigi, Wario, Princess Peach, Bowser, Donkey Kong.
It's Diddy Kong.
Wait a minute.
It is Diddy Kong.
God damn it! God, I feel so stupid.
Me and bro share that because I was going down the list. It was like it just came to me, and I was
as soon as you said Donkey Kong, I was like, oh god damn it, I know it now.
I did.
I don't know why I forgot that Diddy Kong like existed. Like I
think we all forgot Diddy Kong.
I like Diddy Kong.
No, I love Diddy. I don't know why I forgot about him.
I think that it just gets drowned out by Tails Coco, so I don't blame you.
Okay.
Okay, so now we got the hero spirit. Did you mention the genre these characters are from?
No, and I will tell you them in a. All right, this is. Okay, it's a cartoon character versus a live action character, we'll say.
A cartoon character. All right, what is the cartoon recent?
No.
When was it made?
God, at some point I want to do, this is a complete side note, but at some point I want to do like, maybe it's like its own podcast. I want to do like my own like death battle trivia. I've been thinking about that for a long time.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'd be completely down. All right, this is a 19. Okay, I'm not gonna give a specific year because I felt like it might be. Well, should I give a specific year? At
this point, I don't think it matters.
All right, it's the 1990s. So somewhere between the 1990s. So somewhere between 1990 and 1999.
Is it a SpongeBob character?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Is it a Marvel? Is it a comic book show?
No.
Is it a Disney show?
No.
What genre is the cartoon show?
What genre?
Like action.
It's educational.
Is it the Magic School Bus?
No. Nope.
What year did the movie come out?
It's not from a movie. It's from a live action show, and it came out in 1995. Oh well, okay. Well, I guess I gave you a specific year, so whatever.
I think I know this, but I don't want to.
All right.
I don't know if I want to just like put it out there in case I'm wrong.
You know it. You better say it.
Okay, so are they both shows?
Both of them are shows.
Are they both educational?
Yes.
Is it Larry Boy versus Bible Man?
God dang it.
It is.
I fucking hate this.
Yeah, be like Bible Man, Larry Boy.
Oh boy. That's quite the one to end on.
You did it! Hooray! Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to explain that one. The hero spirit.
No, you don't. I understand that one fully.
So, I'm really glad that was the one you ended off on.
As soon as you said educational, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know you.
Oh, God.
All right, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yay! All right, so okay. Well, I won't go too long, but just real quick. Favorite name, favorite match, for both of you.
Favorite name? Probably, probably On the Mark. That's
yeah,
my favorite name.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
All right.
Favorite match is probably for me. I mean, I'm biased, so I'm probably gonna say X versus Optimus Primal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Mr. Krabs versus Scrooge McDuck.
Good choice.
Although no bullshit, if we ever actually get the opportunity to talk about Larry Boy on this goddamn podcast, I would actually like
Oh, that would make
the
me
game. I would
sad.
actually like bring in my all for that.
That was
I'm gonna have to watch
so
Bible
happy.
Man,
Yeah. Okay.
and I'm gonna have to rewatch Veggie Tales.
Gosh, that'd be so happy if it actually happened. Okay, here's the thing, real quick, and then because I guess last thing, I was concerned because Bible Man has both a live action series and an animated series.
Oh, that's right.
What? What?
Yeah, there's apparently a Bible Man cartoon. So I just said like its
You're
origin.
shitting me.
Nope.
What in the fuck?
You want to be really fun? Um,
Well,
like it could be
uh,
it could be incredibly fun and incredibly cursed. Like on our own time, because we have I'm not gonna like go too far into it, but we do have an idea for what we want to do like recurringly next year. Um,
mhm.
what if like the three of us just sat down, watched like every single VeggieTale special that Larry Boy is in, and all of the Bible
Oh
Man and
god.
the entire Bible Man cartoon, like the entire
Oh,
Bible Man show.
gosh.
Now look, I love Veggie Tales. I grew up with that, so I'll be okay with that. But I've never seen or
Uh,
experienced Bible Man.
I have never seen Bible Man. That
That'll
part
be
is
the fun part.
that part is probably going to be incredibly cursed. Um,
Oh gosh. Well, I think I made this podcast go to 4 hours, so my bad.
yeah, no, you're fine.
Um,
I had a feeling
no,
I had a feeling going into it that like once I was like, yeah, let's just do it. I had a feeling like, yeah, this is probably
yeah,
gonna extend to another hour, but screw it, I don't care anymore.
yeah. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to, I'll happily get another few matchups and do this again. Or if you guys want to, I don't know. If you guys want to try this at home, like do it with your friends. It's actually really fun to do sometimes.
Sure.
So yeah. Well, I'll just see what happens. Or I might make a secret poll where I get community fight. Probably not. That's too much work. Anyway.
you had enough effort to make this entire goddamn game, but making a simple YouTube community poll, nah, that's too much work.
Yeah. Guys.
All right.
Uh,
Well, that was interesting. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Because it's getting pretty late. We've been going on for a little longer than we expected, but at the same time, we're talking about Goku versus Superman and Galactus versus Unicron in the same podcast, and saying that out loud, I literally just this moment realized that. What the hell?
Yeah.
So what did you really expect from us, really? Anyways, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed Goku versus Superman. If you didn't, how? It is literally perfect. Um, I hope you're excited for Galactus versus Unicron. Please give us more details than what we brought up on this podcast, which isn't exactly a hard thing to do, I imagine. Um, yeah, what did you think of our little game, or rather ZDogg's little game?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Would you like us to do this again? And how many did you get right before the other two did? Let us know.
I will make sure to have every single one of these names on screen as long as this game has been going on.
Yeah.
I will make sure of
Mhm.
that. So yeah. And then I guess we'll see you guys next time for the for Galactus versus Unicron. Oh, probably
Yep,
should
our
mention
final episode.
we recorded this after Death Metal Cast today. We're recording this like the day after Goku vs Superman came out, and the only reason I'm mentioning that is because I just want to make you all well aware that we are aware of what the winner of a certain tournament is. We're
If
gonna
only we had the.
we're
Sorry.
we're gonna save it for next time so we can kind of bridge our way into season 11.
Yeah. So don't
Yeah.
worry, we will be talking about it next time.
Yeah. So with that, all right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.